So is treating it. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Dallas Cowboys have waived defensive end Yami Faholko off the injured reserve with an injury settlement. They also waived wide receiver David Durden. AB Top 25 was released. Georgia, Ohio State, Texas, Alabama, Notre Dame for your top 5. Texas opponent Michigan is at number 10. I'm Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning, San Antonio. How we doing, everybody? It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm AJ Hoffman. He's your old buddy, Rob Thompson. Good morning, Rob.
Moaning.
Good morning, Vic.
Good morning.
You talking into the wrong end of the microphone, friend.
This thing's been weird. Hold on.
What the hell happened on vacation?
Yeah, Edwin, when Edwin was in there running it just fell down.
Yeah,
It
it did it to me this morning.
You guys need to get one of these new setups like I got in here.
Well,
my mic never falls down anymore.
Didn't yours fall on your first
couple days? And I was like, what is
it?
It
Might have been your first day.
For sure it was.
I think it was your first.
Yeah. And it's like,
You'd have think that had been some kind of practical joke or something.
yeah.
I mean, how would
Yeah,
that
here we
happen
go.
on your first
But
day?
I said, hey, we got to get this fixed. And well, of course, Jason Minix is always the pessimist. It's like they can't fix it. It's not going to work. It's going to break again. And they fixed it in your face, Minix. It doesn't fall off anymore.
At least not on you.
Oh yeah,
I think it has fallen one time since.
not on me.
No, I don't think so.
It was on some idiot must have done some wrong. That was operator error.
Messing with it.
Operator error.
Am I reading? I think I'm reading this wrong. For our golf tournament, we're a month out. We're almost full.
Really?
Yeah, for this time normally.
Well,
We got our count in, and for a month out, we're just a month out. We're almost half full. See, San Antonio, we know we're a walk-up market.
Oh yeah.
So I'm just going to
do
start.
we allow walk-ups? Do we allow
See,
them?
that's what happens with our city. Is for the most part, we just assume I know a guy will get in.
Okay.
You know, I don't need to buy
yeah.
the ticket. I know a guy will get in. I'll get the tickets when I need them. I'm not going to buy them now. So, but what happens is there's only so many spots with a tournament. And Nick Trey, our promotions dude, sent out an email about how many people have signed up already. And we're pacing much faster. I'm just reading this for the first time.
Oh, well, welcome to the catch up, Rob.
Well, yeah, but I'm warning everybody. When I saw that, I thought, because there's going to be some suits going, we're only half full right now. We're way ahead of where we normally are, because for the most part, I know that our listeners, they sign up that last week. That's they're like, oh crap, it's Monday. And then they go take care of it. And what's going to happen is I'm going to start getting calls like, hey dude, I went to sign up and there's no room. So I'm just warning everybody.
Yeah, so if you think you're going to know a guy, you're not going to know a guy.
You're not going to know a guy.
If Rob is the guy you think you know, he's not going to be able to help you.
I don't have any control over this. So you might want to go ahead and get yourself signed up.
Yeah, so it's September 30th at Olympia Hills Golf Clubs. 120 per person, 400 if you got a whole foursome. Grab your boys, say, let's go play. Save $20. That'll buy you a couple beers on the course.
Yeah, man.
Hole-in-one contest for a shot at $50K or a Mercedes-Benz. It's brought to you by PPL Motorhomes and Mercedes-Benz of Selma. The Fall Golf Classic, benefiting San Antonio sports, is presented by the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla. and sponsored in part by Jim Beam and Flight by Yingling.
So really, we're like 3 weeks out.
Go to sasportstar.com if you want to get in to that tournament. And I think the reason why we're selling so well is Rob's become very, very famous in San Antonio. Very famous.
I don't think people know who I think I am. They think I'm sure they think I'm I'm telling you.
Do they think you're like the Big Lebowski?
I don't know who they think I am.
Who do you?
They think he's the Big Lebowski.
I don't see. That's
They think he's the dude.
Character.
You're the dude.
That's a fictional. So no, it's not. I'm not kidding. I think that there's somebody out there that I'm being confused with.
Rob, you're a radio celebrity.
No, dude, because they're being. It's so non-specific.
And it's probably hot chicks, and Rob's like, oh, this can't be right.
Well, I know what my listeners look like.
Times are changing, man. It's 2024, Rob.
Dude,
the landscape is changing.
I'm almost deliberate in my signature, so it's so vague that I might match whoever they think I am. They can't tell. I need to, but I'm putting fake Bible verses. So if you get home, I don't know if there's a Corinthians 19. There was the best intentions because I'm probably not who you thought I was.
You just got to
anyway.
figure out who they think you are and just start signing that way.
I need to, but I so just want to get out of the situation.
How many autographs did you sign?
A couple of days, over the last couple of days.
I'm telling you, dude, you've become very, very famous.
Strange.
So did you sign it to where you can't read what the name is?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
It's kind of a squiggle, and then it looks like Corinthians.
See, I'm now on like after spending time in markets for so long, I dealt with that a lot. And then the last, when I was in Vegas, dude, I had complete anonymity. No one knew or cared who I was. Here, no one knows who I am.
I've always been used to being in crowds.
You're a star.
Well, no, and just like you, over time, I'll say things in crowds, and people go, and I can see them turn, like I recognize that voice, but no one comes up to me. I mean,
well, times are changing. Why not?
No, I mean, I've been high in this market for many years. I mean, I'm not new here. This is not about me. No, I'm telling you, there's somebody walking around that they think I am, and it's in the. But I'm too like, who do you think I am? How do you ask that question?
Here's what it is. Ever since you've been working with Vic,
that's
you've been more fame.
There's just somebody walking around who think that I don't know. It's just very strange over the last couple of days that I've been approached. I'm like, I don't think you want my autograph. I don't know why you would.
I think the best thing to do is if they ask for a picture or an autograph, you say, "Can I get yours also?"
The thing is, I kind of got a free beer out.
Then that's a big win.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
So
that's
at that point, you're
big
kind of
win.
like, I guess I should play along.
Yes.
But I don't know how to play along because I don't know who I'm supposed to be.
They might think you're some celebrity who's like fallen on hard times.
It has to be, right?
Like you.
Seriously.
Like you used to.
Like somebody, like, do you remember when he was on That's My Mama?
Do you guys remember? It's Justin Timberlake. He's just got AIDS now.
No. It would be like, were you on MASH? Were you?
Oh, yeah, I think it could be.
But that's a fictional character. They don't think that
You're Jeff Bridges.
the dude is. I don't think they think I'm Jeff Bridges.
They might.
Wow.
Sam Elliott, maybe?
Maybe they think he's like
I appreciate all the comparisons. Don't get me wrong.
Maybe they
but
think
I don't think Jeff Bridges would be all that excited if he was being compared to me.
Maybe they think he's Macaulay Culkin.
Like,
Man, Macaulay Culkin, the drugs got him.
Does he
and
look
like
beat to hell?
Yeah, he got really old really fast.
Beat up?
And like when they start making you go, Rob, do the thing. And like, what thing?
What
you go,
thing? You think I'm him? That poor bastard.
Yeah,
is
Macaulay
not aged well.
Culkin.
That guy hasn't aged
You
well at
are.
all.
You're the kid from Home Alone, right? You're Richie Rich. Yeah, that's me.
That poor guy hadn't aged well at all.
he's
How old is he?
44.
He's like my age.
Oh,
Yeah.
he ain't that young. Speaking of, I watched a movie over the weekend that had Haley Joel Osment. I See Dead People.
Yeah.
He's got a big, thick beard.
Yeah. Looks good on him or not good?
Yeah, look, and I knew who he was
Has
immediately.
he gotten fat?
He's put on some weight.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
A lot of guys when they get fat, they put on a
Do you
beard.
think he's living off that? Like, there's no points on the back end from that old movie.
From
right?
Sixth Sense?
Yeah, he's not getting any points.
No, he's a kid,
That's
man.
late.
That's,
Well, I mean,
Bruce Willis gets some money off of it,
he
but
might get a little bit.
But I don't think that. I mean, listen, who's watching that? That's one of those movies. Once you watch it once, you're never gonna enjoy it again. Like, because there's like one of those big twists that.
Yeah, I can't see that or Usual Suspects. It's
once you know, it's you got it. That's a good one. They think you're Gary Busey.
No,
that's rough. That's rough. Yeah, maybe.
I hope. Now that would make some sense.
Yeah.
Now that's probably the most likely candidate.
Maybe they think he's Patrick Swayze.
Oh yeah.
You know, he's only been dead for 8 years.
The dead guy.
Yeah.
It's him.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's
I don't know. It's very strange. Very strange. So if you
enjoy
think
it
I'm
while you
somebody,
got it, man.
don't. I'm not anybody.
No, you're Rob Thompson.
I'm not the guy you think I am. If you're coming up, I'll happily say howdy. But very strange.
No, listen. I think you should get used to it.
No, I don't. I will never get used to it.
Our little radio show here, right here, Rob, is going to.
Yeah, we're rocking
I'm telling
and rolling,
you,
but
we're going to take over the world. We're going to take over the world.
It's very strange.
One day we'll be doing this show from New York City.
No.
And they'll say, "You guys remember when you worked in San Antonio?"
I'm not leaving the friendly confines of Bexar County ever again.
But Rob, once they offer you millions,
they can come to me if they need me. They know where I am. They can come find me. I think the same technological advances apply right here in San Antonio as they do anywhere else.
Maybe they think you're the Mr. Pillow guy, is what Frank says. It's possible.
Mr. Oh.
Yeah. Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell, maybe, yeah.
Kurt Russell. He had an age well either, but
Billy Bob Thornton, maybe.
No, that dude looks like a vampire. There's something going on with Billy.
Well, I don't know, Rob. I don't know. Yeah, maybe Kurt Russell.
Is he filming something around here?
Yeah, probably. No, I don't know. I've got no idea.
Just very strange. I didn't want to bring all the last thing I wanted to do was to focus on that.
They think you're Wyatt Earp.
Maybe that's it.
Yeah.
Well, what's going to happen is eventually this is going to happen in front of your wife, and she's going to be real.
She was there with one of them.
Oh, what'd she say?
She's not going to like this because it's going to be hot chicks coming up to you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
well,
wait.
You'll see.
I look like I look like a very approachable dude to a hot chick.
Rob, look,
Come on,
man.
Just come on.
You're probably what the second most handsome guy in San Antonio sports radio. After Joe Reinagel.
I'm not even close to Joe. I mean, Joe's up there.
Yeah, but he's aging out, man.
Have you ever taken a good look at Andy Everett?
I don't even know who that is.
He's another local sports dude that's been on about as longer than I have.
See, he probably looks like hell.
He's a good-looking dude. Wait, we hit on this job. We didn't used to be on camera. Nobody used to have any idea what we were.
I know, but now you do. Now you got to wear
MC to benefit.
And now you're going to start wearing a collared shirt to work.
Oh, well, that's
I bet I see you wearing a collared shirt to work from now on.
I bet you will.
That's my guess.
I bet you will. I bet I'll see you in a collared shirt from now on too.
Well, listen, I've got.
You better up your game, man.
Listen, the way I hear it
People thinking I'm something, and if that's happening to me, it's coming your way. So you're gonna have to dress up a little bit, man.
If we're gonna be celebrities, I'll start doing it. How about that?
There you go. Look the part, man. Put on a collared shirt.
Okay. All right. I'll play your game.
I'll play your corporate shill game.
I'll play your game. All right.
We hear your suits.
Listen, friends, we got a lot to talk about today.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to do what I like to call the NFL extravaganza, because I've got news for you guys out there in radio land. One more sleep.
Yep.
And it's NFL season. It'll be here. Now, for me, it's like 3 more sleeps because I take naps.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but for you normies out there who sleep more than 3 hours a night, it's 1 more sleep.
How'd you like to be an Eagle or a Packer flying down to Brazil, knowing full well you're not going to see anything but the bus the hotel, the field, the bus, the jet.
Nope.
Nope. I wouldn't want to go.
Man, it's feel bad for those cats, but it's good for us because we get football on Friday.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, that is good. Well, it's ruining high school football.
Well, it kind of is. That's not
The poor kids. No one's watching them.
It's a slippery slope. This is unfortunate.
Give me a break.
It's a
It's not
slippery slope.
unfortunate.
It is unfortunate.
Why?
Because Friday nights were set aside for a lot of things. Now, pro's okay, but for college to be playing at high school, that's an unfortunate thing.
Listen, college sports are pro sports now.
Yeah, but the coaches need to be scouting. They need to find their talent when they're playing. They can't do that.
Those
And
high school
talent can't
coaches
be
need to
seen.
start. They need to start sending in film on their
They
players.
do. I'm just saying they're just making it more difficult when in fact it's not necessary.
All right. Well, I ain't gonna complain because I wasn't planning on watching high school football this Friday. But you tell me Packers and Eagles. All right.
Well, yeah,
You
see,
got
that's
me.
what I'm saying. There's some people that are not going to go to a high school game, not going to buy a ticket that won't help fund an athletic department. Or
For people
because
like
they're
me,
gonna stay home and watch football.
I want to stay home anyway.
Well, no, you weren't. They're not. I'm not talking about you, but there's going to be some people. There will be a loss to the high school game, one way or another, because the pros decided to play on Friday.
You know what? I blame the.
I'm not mad at anybody, but it's the truth.
I blame the dissolution of the DVR era. If we still had DVR, people could DVR the football game and go to the high school game and eat their Frito pie.
Truth, and the fact of the matter is, most high school games you can watch. You can split screen and watch it wherever you are too. And they've made it easier to see.
Is that what you're going to do?
Probably. I wasn't going to be at a high school game. I'm not the demo that they're losing.
You weren't going to Alamo Heights versus Churchill.
Let me tell you, there's a reason to
the
listen.
Mules against the Chargers.
We're carrying this game Friday night. Minix will be on the call. The highest recruited player in San Antonio is over at Heights.
He's a mule?
He's a mule.
What positions he play?
I think they're quantifying him as an athlete.
Oh, okay.
He seems to be a stud. I'd like to see him play.
Well, I'd like to see him play too, but I'm not going to see him on
You're
Friday
gonna be
night. I'll be watching
football.
I'll be watching. I'm going to call it soccer. When they're in Brazil, I'm just going to call it soccer to confuse people. If they want to call things football in their country, I'm just going to be like, oh, come out to the soccer game.
Playing soccer.
And they're going to say the soccer game. And I'm like, yeah, we good. We call it Brazilian soccer. That's what we call it.
I cannot wait to see the cheerleaders.
Oh, are they bringing their own?
I would like to think.
Like they've got their own Brazilians?
If they're doing this, they're doing it right.
Wow.
Landing strip and everything. If they're doing it. I mean, if we're selling out, we're doing this.
I mean, I
want some Brazilian culture. You know what I mean?
I'd like to hope. You think they'll be dressed like flamenco
dancers? I
dancers?
hope we're doing some samba. I want to see some samba action.
Feathers?
And the appropriate samba attire.
Will they be wearing feathers?
I hope there's as few as possible. Or placed in appropriate places.
I think the Eagles cheerleaders will be wearing feathers and the Packers girls will be covered in cheese.
I want our lovely Americans to do exactly what their job entails. And bring our culture down there. But if we're bringing our culture down there, I would like to make the Brazilian culture as well.
They're going to be wearing a short little skirt made of cheese slices.
If they do it that
American
way.
cheese. Craft singles.
I've seen.
And they're going to come like they'll be flopping around when they start twerking. Those craft singles are going to be flopping.
I thought, I've seen that in the movies.
Yeah.
So whatever their culture entails. I don't know what Brazilians do.
How did
and
you
if it
see
involves
that?
craft cheese.
Did you have to sign in on your laptop
for the what?
To watch that cheese video?
No, it was in the movie The Dirty.
Oh.
With it was about.
So this wasn't on the hub.
On the what? No. From what I understand, I can't watch it.
That's why. Yeah, you can't.
No, this was from that Netflix movie about one of the, it wasn't Def Leppard. It was
the dirt,
the dirt, whatever. It was about Motley
Crue. Yeah,
and they were slapping cheese on that. Yeah.
That's the smartest thing they did if they want to stop people from watching porn, because it's not that like. We're all grown men. If we really wanted to,
there's got to be a workaround.
We could sign in, and like I guess if you give like you put in some credentials, you can watch all the porn you want. But people want to watch porn with complete anonymity and never you can't trust the internet.
That if you're telling me that you can keep a 15-year-old boy away from his porn, these guys are well ahead of any government blockade.
I don't know, man.
Any kind of government. There's a VPN. They're in. Trust me.
No.
There was only a minor delay in what was imminent.
That it only screws guys like me who are too old to figure out VPNs.
That's what I'm saying. I
So-
couldn't get in. Now my 20-year-old, he's been in the moment. It took him an extra 5 seconds because there's purpose behind those actions. There's things that needed to get done.
Yep. It just tells me like, oh, you got to sign in. And I'm like, oh.
Sign in. Shoot. They were in.
Take a picture of my driver's license, huh?
They might be using my driver's license.
You want my social security number, huh? I think I'll pass on that. All right. On the other side, we're going to talk about Dakota Prescott. Like I said, it's 7:30. We're going to have from 7:30 to about 8:30. We're going to be all NFL. We're going to be picking division winners. We're going to be picking Super Bowl winners, MVPs, the whole 9 yards. So be ready for that. Coming up next, so we'll talk about Dak and what's the holdup. Rob and I have different theories. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday morning at 11:30. The Aggies take on the McNeese Cowboys, presented by Ewald Kubota and the Angry Elephant. Pre-game at 10:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. 94.1 FM.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-785-9132. That's 800-785-9132. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-785-9132.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Football season is here. Hi, Jason Minix here from The Blitz. You want to have more fun watching football this year? Play the Pick'em game at Underdog Fantasy. Over 1 million fans got in the game last year by making picks on Underdog. You can join in and win up to 325 times your money just by choosing higher or lower on your favorite player stats. I know I made a lot of money last year playing at Underdog Fantasy on the Pick'em game. You too can as well. And it's easy to get signed up. Go to UnderdogFantasy.com or download their mobile app. Use my promo code STAR and Underdog will give you a highly discounted pick to use on your first Pick'em entry, plus a first-time deposit offer of up to $1,000 in bonus cash. Promo code STAR to claim your new customer offer of a gimme first pick and your deposit offer when you get signed up at UnderdogFantasy.com. Must be over 18, present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or go to ncpgambling.org.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-880-6363. That's 1-800-880-6363. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. 1-800-880-6363. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
When you switch and save with Progressive, you could use that money towards going to see your favorite team in the playoffs. Progressive cannot guarantee that you can go see your favorite team in the playoffs. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds on average, but we cannot guarantee that your favorite team will make the playoffs or even finish with a winning record. They could easily lose more than half their games and finish in the cellar because they stink badly and haven't made the playoffs in years. Savings, very possible. Playoffs, highly doubtful. Switch and see if you could save at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance and Affiliates, not available in all states. We cannot be held liable for your favorite team's terrible and frankly embarrassing performances now or ever.
With T-Mobile, you can get tons of benefits and still save on every plan versus AT&T and Verizon. Because nobody likes having to choose. It's like getting romance and sci-fi.
Jane, I love you. Also, I'm a robot.
Or being a dog person and a cat person.
Who wants a treat? Who's a good boy?
Or like being an extrovert and an introvert.
Woo! This is so fun! I can't wait to go home.
At T-Mobile, you don't have to choose. You can get the benefits you want and still save on every plan versus AT&T and Verizon. See how much you can save with our savings calculator at T-Mobile.com/switch. Plus, when you switch, you can keep your phone and we'll pay it off up to $800.
Via virtual prepaid card in 15 days. Qualifying unlocked device, credit service, and timely redemption required. Card has no cash access and expires in 6 months. See T-Mobile.com.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And when you need more comfort for yourself, try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors. Use as directed. Vapo Stick for use ages 4 and up. Vapo Shower Max use for adults only.
With a true Vegas feel, the Big Blind is the premier poker room in San Antonio, featuring an upscale environment catering to players from all abilities. From high-octane tournaments or lively cash games, the Big Blind has a game for everyone, including blackjack tournaments. From the owners of the Roo Pub and the Angry Elephant, the Big Blind is locally owned and operated, offering daily cash games to daily, weekly, and monthly tournaments. Learn more online at thebigblindsa.com. The Big Blind at 281 and Redland Road.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We are working a couple of trouble spots. We still have that stall on the north side at 281 northbound, the off-ramp to get onto East Ontario Boulevard. The stall is blocking part of the exit ramp. And I-10 westbound Loop 410, disabled vehicle now off to the shoulder. Now, if you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line so we can check it out. 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
You're locked on the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's showtime. Ren says he's the highest rated because his parents can afford to send him to all the camps. I mean, that's honestly, and people hate this, but that's kind of the reality of youth sports now. Is
who are we talking about?
The Alamo Heights kid.
Oh no, this kid's a player. Yeah, but yes,
yeah, like
yes, that's true.
If your parents can afford to get you better coaching, then yeah, chances are good.
I will also say,
Shadur Sanders had good coaching. Bronny James had good coaching.
But talent is always discovered.
Oh, yeah.
Cam Ward with Miami now is the classic example of if you are good, talent will find you. They will find you.
And I'll tell you this, as someone who coached youth sports for a good while, and youth baseball is not a cheap sport to get your kid involved in. But there are a lot of kids who they were very affluent. They had private hitting coaches, private pitching coaches. You know, some of them had speed coaches. They've got all the blessings. But every once in a while, you come across a kid who his family couldn't come up with the $400 a month or whatever it was going to cost to do tournaments that week or that month. And you find a way to, if that kid is the truth, you find a way.
And there's lots of help along the way.
Yep.
I don't know of anybody that ever went undiscovered that needed to be discovered. Ever.
I mean, listen, if they're finding dudes in the depths of Africa, like they're finding dudes now. Well, you know what I mean? So
good luck to you if you're out there. They'll find you.
Yeah. They found Dak Prescott.
Yes, they did.
And he's made the most of it. God bless him. And now he's going to be able. his kids are going to be able to afford to play whatever youth sports they want to.
Well, probably has some pretty good coaches.
There's differing thoughts on what the holdup is for Dak. And Rob,
I was wrong.
How do you know you're wrong? You might be right.
But is it Mina Kimes that broke this? Who is this?
I didn't even know someone broke it.
Let's see. Oh, it's Diana Rossini. She says, according to the Athletics, Diana Rossini, that the holdup at this point, from what she understands, is about the years the Dallas Cowboys are willing to commit to. Rossini noted that the Cowboys are weighing whether they want to keep Prescott in Dallas longer than 2, 3, or 4 years, since Dak has made it clear that he wants a long-term commitment. My thought was Dak wants, his agent is notorious for being, and notorious is a difficult word to use, but is known for really advocating for his clients to sign shorter deals. That's what his agent's known for at CAA. We're going to sign you for a couple years, like a movie or two.
And then we can hit it again.
And then we expect that we'll come and meet again because he's going to surpass all of your expectations. And if he doesn't, you get to renegotiate under that as well. That's what I thought. But according to Rossini, that Dak wants a long-term Pat Mahomes 8-year ain't going nowhere kind of deal, which would be the best possible for the Cowboys if, in fact, they wanted him around for 8 years. And I don't think Jerry wants him around for 8 years. He doesn't even want him around for 2 years.
Yeah, so I didn't know that about Diana Rossini. I hadn't seen that report yet. I just thought in my head that the Cowboys would be like, well, we'll have you around for, next year if you want to be here next year. And I just figured Dak wanted to be 4 or 5, and the Cowboys didn't want to deal with that.
That's kind of where you're kind of there. But given the way Dak is acting, and given the agent that he now has, and given his agent's history, this is the other side of the coin. And if this is in fact the case, then like the Cowboys and Jerry does want Dak, and not just for the short term, for the long term, for both the financial ramifications of spreading this mayonnaise mighty thin over the length of this toast, or the short term getting rid of him. I think if this is the case, Jerry, I don't know what the hell Jerry's thinking if he likes him. If the fact is that everything that Jerry has said, that he loves him, wants to be the quarterback, and it's about Jerry wants a shorter term deal than a long term deal, that completely shakes the dynamic I thought we were dealing with. Because I don't think that's the case. I think Dak wants to be out, and if he is going to stay, you're going to pay me $65 million for 2 years.
Yeah. I'm not really sure. Like that's kind of what I figured, that the Cowboys were like, hey, we want to sign something that's like very temporary. And Dak came back with, okay, well, if we do that, I want exorbitant money for that temporary
contract. The right answer.
That does seem like the right answer. But I figured there was just a difference in opinion on what exorbitant money was going to be.
Well, the reaction to that, when you negotiate, and if this is in fact true, according to what Rossini's saying, and if this is what the scuttlebutt is around the league and the general managers and the agent community, Jerry is obvious by his actions that he just doesn't want him here. I just want you to go away. And I read NFL execs expect Dak Prescott to have an FU MVP kind of season. That's awesome, exactly what Jerry wants.
Yeah.
Have an MVP season. Please. Please. And then I'll figure it out. And if it comes to the fact where you have an MVP season,
if that's your biggest issue,
you accordingly.
Yeah. If that's the biggest issue, then that's something that we can work around.
So this is the one thing where everybody acts like Dak's got the leverage. No, at this point, Jerry's like begging him, please have an MVP season. Then I could justify. Now, the dollar amount's not going to change from what you're asking for right now. I'm not going to be paying you any more than that. But at least I'll feel comfortable paying you. But that MVP season will have to involve a win in January.
So it's kind of funny because maybe what we thought all along was that Dak had the upper hand in all these negotiations, and maybe that's not the case.
Well, I think he does. I think he, like the hand that he has is, this is the dollar amount I want per year for the next 3. Now, after that, if you want to add some on to that, evidently, but for this, and if you're not going to pay me, I'm going to have this FU kind of year. and the dollar amounts will go up.
But
at that point,
if I
other
do
people
pay you, you're not going to have that kind of year. Awesome. Yeah, I can't wait to pay you.
But Dak knows no matter how much Jerry gets sick of him, no matter how Jerry is done with him, Las Vegas is looking this way. New Orleans is looking this way. New York, the Giants are looking this way. Hey, the Jets might even be looking this way after this season. So Dak knows no matter what, you might not think I'm as pretty as you used to, but there's a lot of people that do.
All right. Plenty more NFL talk to come. We'll talk Dak a little bit more later on in the show. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up today on the Blitz, Joe Reinagle returns from his vacation, and we'll talk some Texas Longhorns football with Bob Ballou from KIN Austin. Longhorns look dominant in their opener. They've got Michigan this week. Plus, we'll get the latest on the Dallas Cowboys with RJ Ochoa from Blogging the Boys at 4:35. The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture with daily use.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Hey, football fans, Michael Vick here. They say I transformed the quarterback position. The fastest ever, the strongest arm, the most rushing yards. They call me a game changer. I say BetUS.com changed the sports betting game. It started 30 years ago with the industry's biggest bonuses, and they haven't stopped. This football season, get a 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits. Join me at BetUS Online Sportsbook and Casino, BetUS, where the game begins.
Awesome Tickets is your personal ticket broker. Big games, big concerts, big events. Need tickets? Stay local and call Awesome Tickets. Stop paying all those crazy fees on ticket apps. Awesome Tickets has your tickets for all the sports, concerts, any city, any event. Avoid the ticket app fees. Since 1994, Awesome Tickets is local and veteran-owned. You deserve Awesome Tickets. Call 210-226-5136 or online at awesometix.com. That's awesometix.com.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149. Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you. Discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at Hims, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit, hims.com/joy.
Concerned about age-related macular degeneration, or AMD? If you're over 50, then you should be. AMD impacts as many as 1 in 10 Americans over 50, severely impacting your vision and robbing you of your ability to drive, read, and enjoy the vibrant beauty of life. Now, protecting your eyes is easier thanks to New Nordic's Blueberry Eye Supplements. Specifically formulated to improve eye health, New Nordic's blueberry eye supplements not only protect your eyes, but help improve night vision, as well as helping to relieve eye fatigue caused by digital devices. Only New Nordic uses wild Swedish blueberries because of their superior concentration of color pigments, which are vital to eye function and health. New Nordic's blueberry eye supplements are Scandinavia's #1 selling natural eye formula, but now you can find them at Amazon.com or NewNordicUSA.com. Enjoy healthy vision with New Nordic's blueberry eye supplements. Available now at Amazon.com or NewNordicUSA.com.
To make switching to the new Boost Mobile risk-free, we're offering a 30-day money-back guarantee.
So why wouldn't you switch from Verizon or T-Mobile?
Because you have nothing to lose. Boost Mobile is offering a 30-day money-back guarantee.
No, I asked why wouldn't you switch from Verizon or T-Mobile?
Oh.
Wouldn't.
Because you love wasting money as a way to punish yourself because your mother never showed you enough love as a child?
Whoa. Easy there.
Yeah.
Applies to online activations. Requires port in and auto pay. Customers activating in stores may be charged non-refundable activation fees.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We are working a couple of trouble spots. We still have that stall on the north side at 281 northbound, the off-ramp to get onto East Ontario Boulevard. The stall is blocking part of the exit ramp. And I-10 westbound Loop 410, disabled vehicle now off to the shoulder. Now, if you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line so we can check it out. 210-785-2601. Debbie Alcacid, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
Let's go! Hi, it's Jason Minix. You're listening to the home of the Cowboys, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Jason and Joe, the boys, will be at the Roop Hub on Thursday. The Blitz NFL season kicks off live at the Roop Hub. Pre-game with the Blitz, lager up with Yuengling. Get an aluminum Yuengling traditional lager, 20-ounce cup you can keep while supplies last. And to get ready for this year's football tailgate, at the end of the show, they're going to be giving away a Yuengling lager igloo cooler valued at $175. Blitz at the Roop Hub with Yuengling from 2 to 6 for this NFL kickoff Thursday, 281 and Redland Road.
Now, I don't want to speak and add one promotion to another.
Okay.
But, while you're headed to SA Sports Star, which you're obviously going on the regular, did you know that you can win tickets to all the Cowboys home games?
I did not know that. I was unaware.
We have tickets to be
ignorant to
won.
that fact.
So if you go to sasportstar.com, you will find on a tab that you can enter to win tickets to go see every Dallas Cowboy game, and we have parking passes to go along with that. That's all the home games. So
hey, now
that's just another reason it pays to go to that website,
to sasportstar.com. All right. I am irresponsible.
You are not irresponsible.
I am.
No.
Vic reminded me during the
You're
the
just
break.
playing fast and loose with the rules. You're a lone wolf.
Vic's like, hey man,
you got bills to pay.
Yeah, like you're blowing this clock, and quite frankly, he's right. I've not done a great job with it.
I think more of us and less of the spots is better. That's
that's what I think too. But some people,
all
disagree.
those accounting snobs seem to
Yeah.
beg to differ. They keep saying all we are.
we
is-
gotta get money.
Yeah,
we gotta get money.
My first advice from my very first program director, as the light was going on, he goes, "I want you to remember one thing, Thompson. You are only space between commercials.
Dang.
Now, go to work." Like, wow.
You should have asked me well. You should have said, "How are the ratings on our commercials?"
Yeah, it has served me well these many years.
All right, we're going to talk about Brandon Ayuk, who got his deal done. He's admitting something that we all knew. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1
San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to sasportstar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an audience national contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football giveaway. Register and win at sasportstar.com. San Antonio Sports Star.
After a total renovation of their greens, Olympia Hills invites you to their grand relaunch event the weekend of September 13th. Olympia Hills has renovated all 18 greens to enhance your golfing experience. Come and enjoy the dramatic elevation changes and a layout that's been strategically designed for your enjoyment. Follow on social media for updates and witness the transformation of your favorite course. Discover premier golfing in Bexar County with the grand relaunch the weekend of September 13th. Book your tee time now at OlympiaHillsGolf.com.
Have you or a family member been arrested? The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, can help regardless of the legal battle you are facing, personal injury or criminal defense. Attorney Jesse Hernandez and his team are ready to fight for you. Calls are answered 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. Call 210-807-8656 or visit JesseHernandezLaw.com. That's 210-807-8656 or JesseHernandezLaw.com. The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla.
My wife and I always loved doing everything together. Jiu-jitsu, kayaking, and intimacy was always on point. It was around my early 30s when I noticed a downward trend. Watching a lot of TV, putting on weight, and just full of self-doubt. I had tried another men's clinic with disappointing results. It's the personalized treatment I receive at Revive Men's Health that has been the complete game changer for me. I've got my energy and motivation back. I'm feeling stronger than I did in my 20s, and it made me a much better husband to my wife.
I'm Nicole Chrysler, healthcare provider at Revive Men's Health. If you are always feeling tired or moody, have a difficult time sleeping, or decreased libido, you may be suffering from low testosterone.
Book your free T-check and exam. Call Revive Men's Health San Antonio at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Football season is here. Hi, Jason Minix here from the Blitz. You want to have more fun watching football this year? Play the Pick'em game at Underdog Fantasy. Over 1 million fans got in the game last year by making picks on Underdog. You can join in and win up to 325 times your money just by choosing higher or lower on your favorite player stats. I know I made a lot of money last year playing at Underdog Fantasy on the Pick'em game. You too can as well. And it's easy to get signed up. Go to UnderdogFantasy.com or download their mobile app. Use my promo code STAR and Underdog will give you a highly discounted pick to use on your first Pick'em entry, plus a first-time deposit offer of up to $1,000 in bonus cash. Promo code STAR to claim your new customer offer of a gimme first pick and your deposit offer when you get signed up at UnderdogFantasy.com. Must be over 18, present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or go to ncpgambling.org.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass. Raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated. Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
How about them Cowboys? Jim Beam, bringing fans together across Cowboys country. We rise as one in Texas in handed down silver and blue jerseys. We come together for America's team every time they take the field. So let's share a round of Jim Beam highballs on game day in Cowboys country. 40% alcohol by volume. Copyright 2024 James B. Beam Distilling Company, Claremont, Kentucky. Drink smart.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
You know when you kind of messed up and you got to go tell your wife or say to your wife, like, honey, I was wrong.
That's never happened to me.
That's never happened to you?
No. What's that like?
Well,
sounds awful.
I was hoping you'd know. Brandon Ayuk has come out and said, You know, I may have been a little more difficult to deal with than I should have been.
You think?
I might have been like, oh, you mean the guy who said either pay me or trade me, and then when you tried to trade me, I said no, not to that team. No, not to that team.
No, not them either. Oh, and by the way, my foot hurts.
Yeah. What a yeah, I mean, I think he knew he was being difficult, but he said a squeaky wheel has to be silent sometimes and know when to speak. I was just finding that whole balance. Were you though?
Well, sometimes the ends justify the means. Sometimes they don't.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And he got paid well, and he said as much. He says, he talked about the pressure now that he's one of the top paid guys in the league. He said that's the reason why I'm going to get paid in such a manner, because that's the type of player I believe I am. That's the player I want to continue to be. That's the player I strive to be. I think it's more so putting pressure on myself. But boy, when you're that difficult, you better perform, dude. You better perform, because now not only are you paid to be a great receiver, and like you have to say, okay, I've got to meet these numbers to quantify, my value to this team, but also now you have to be that plus enough to cover you being a giant pain in the ass.
Well,
because the truth is, I fully believe this in the NFL, especially more than any other league, and the NBA maybe too. There is room for divas and difficult dudes, and hell, sometimes even like criminals, thugs. Like there is a certain element of that I am willing to put up with, but your performance has to make the juice worth the squeeze. Like if you're going to be Ray Lewis, you better play like Ray Lewis. Yep. You're going to, you're going to be, you're going to get caught with a trunk full of Coke. You better play like you're, like you're worth a trunk full of Coke.
Lawrence Taylor's living example.
Exactly.
Just bag it up, baby.
Yeah. You're going to bang underage hookers, Lawrence Taylor?
Just better come to work on Sunday.
You better get 15, 20 sacks a year. I'll put up with it. If you're TO, you're going to be a constant squeaky wheel. Be one of the 3 or 4 best receivers that's ever played, and I'll deal with it. Same for you, Randy Moss. You want to be a diva? You want to get high? Fine. Do all that stuff. Just catch a bunch of footballs. Brett Favre, you want to take pictures of your dong and send him to report, go, whatever. Just throw touchdowns. Because once that dries up, I got no time for that sort of behavior. Like if you're a middle of the road player, I got no time for nonsense. If you're a stud, I'll put up with a lot, man, and it'll piss me off, but I'll put up with it. If you're not playing at a stud level, dude, this is the kind of guy that I don't want around. The kind of guy who's like making my whole offseason a drama show, walking around practice in shorts and a T-shirt saying I can't practice. Wish I could practice with you guys, but I can't. Oh, this dude's a pain in the ass. But if he plays the way that some people seem to think he's going to play, I guess it's worth it.
Well, he's also, by his pay, the future number 1 there in San Francisco.
Oh,
Debo's gone.
This is the end of Debo. Yeah. This is the someone called it in San Francisco the Debo farewell tour.
So
they chose
as if. So while you can be a nut, you better come to play on Sundays. By your pay, you are now WR1 next year, and you'll be the guy that's number 1 in the room. You'll be the first one looked to when the passing game ain't there, and so there are expectations that come, and I think he gets it. I don't know if he realizes the full ramification of what that salary means. Like, dude, next year it's you. I hope he realizes that.
And honestly, you might want to make sure you might want to measure yourself against Debo going forward and be better.
And everything that Debo does, mimic, man, because he's been a hell of a leader.
No doubt. Now, obviously, their games are very different, but yeah, like you said, being a leader, And again, I don't know a lot about Brandon Ayuk other than like this is the first time this offseason is the first time where I've known about Brandon Ayuk in any way other than him being a pretty solid wide receiver.
Yeah.
But what I know of him now, I ain't crazy about. Again, if the performance level makes it worth it, yeah, go for it, bro. But that performance level, it better be something, man. Better be something. All right. We got, again, you know what? Let's take a look at the top 25 on the other side before we jump into our NFL stuff at 7:30. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM, Floresville. 1, 2, 3, Cowboys! South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday afternoon at 3:25. The Cowboys start the regular season on the road in Cleveland, taking on the Browns.
I like this kind of party.
Pre-game starts at 2:30. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota.
How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Am I crazy, or has real estate gotten out of control lately? Between guaranteed cash offer programs and new laws about agent commissions, it's so confusing. What's not confusing is paying someone a low flat fee to sell your house. And that's where Listing Spark comes in. Listing Spark is Texas' flat fee real estate company. Flat fee selling is sweeping the nation because it takes less time and it keeps more money in your pocket. In fact, professional real estate investors and flippers have been using Listing Spark for years. With Listing Spark, you don't pay hefty agent commissions, and you don't leave money on the table with a guaranteed cash offer program. In other words, if you have a house worth $400,000, you actually sell it for $400,000, and you don't pay $24,000 in agent commissions. Doesn't that sound better? And get this, if you get started today with Listing Spark, you can list with a local brokerage for as low as $3.95. Call 800-MLS-LIST or go to listingspark.com. That's listingspark.com. Listing Spark. Thousands of Texan homeowners agree. Selling's better with a low flat fee.
At Skechers, we put the S in comfort.
Wait. Skechers put the S in comfort?
Yes, comfort you have to feel to believe. Skechers, we put the S in comfort.
Let me try. Okay, I'm just stepping in and... Oh, wow. Skechers put the S in comfort.
Duh. We told you.
Find Skechers slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Customize and save hundreds on car insurance with Liberty Mutual. After that, you can also save me, as I'm currently hanging from the edge of a cliff. To recap, number 1, customize and save. Number 2, time allowing, save me. Shoulders separating!
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com. Savings may vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals, and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in your best interest.
So how do your management fees work?
We have a simple management fee based on the value of your portfolio, so we do better when you do better.
We appreciate that kind of transparency.
We also check in with you regularly to keep you up to date on the markets and your portfolio.
What other services do you offer?
As a client, you have access to resources on investing, financial planning, estate planning, Social Security, Medicare, and more.
Wow, it sounds like Fisher Investments has everything we need.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
It's Ewald Kubota's summer sales event, and now's the time to beat the heat with cool pricing. Like up to $4,000 off on the Kubota SVL 97, or take 0 down, 0 APR for 36 months, plus an additional Ewald discount of $500. The Kubota SVL 97 is one tough track loader, built to handle rugged terrain, all in the comfort of an AC cab. Come to any of our 11 locations and beat the heat during the Ewald Kubota's summer sales event.
Now through September 30th. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Awesome Tickets is your personal ticket broker. Big games, big concerts, big events. Need tickets? Stay local and call Awesome Tickets. Stop paying all those crazy fees on ticket apps. Awesome Tickets has your tickets for all the sports, concerts, any city, any event. Avoid the ticket app fees. Since 1994, Awesome Tickets is local and veteran owned. You deserve Awesome Tickets. Call 210-226-5136 or online at awesometix.com. That's awesometix.com.
For more than half a century, contractors and trade professionals have relied on WeatherGuard for heavy-duty truck and van storage equipment, not just to protect their valuable tools, but to protect their professional reputations. For pros, the WeatherGuard badge makes a statement about what drives them. It says, "Bring it on. Been there. Done that. We've got your back," without saying a word. And the folks at WeatherGuard, they're just as driven as the hardworking pros they serve. See what it means to be driven at weatherguard.com.
I want to learn how to cook, but I keep ordering takeout.
Accomplishing goals is hard, but when your goal is to learn a new language, Babbel makes it easy. In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel will help you start having conversations in as little as 3 weeks. Words and phrases you'll actually use. So when someone asks, "How's your French going?" you can say,
Babbel facilite grandement l'apprentissage d'une nouvelle langue.
Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. As you get into your early morning commute, we still have this trouble spot at 281 southbound. That connected to 410 was a vehicle fire. It's been tapped out. The disabled vehicle is still blocking the ramp, so we do have delays starting right around Tacoma. On I-10 westbound at Wurzbach, that stall is cleared, and we cleared the stall I-10 westbound at Keebler. If you see something we're not talking about, give us a call on the traffic tip line, 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Fall Golf Classic is back. Monday, September 30th at Olympia Hills Golf Club. Get your slot now. $120 per person or $400 per foursome. The Fall Golf Classic, benefiting San Antonio sports, is presented by the Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chungla. Sponsored in part by Jim Beam, PPL Motorhomes, Flight by England, Tomalitos Mexican Restaurant. The Fall Golf Classic happening Monday, September 30th. Sign up now at sasportstar.com. San Antonio Sports Star. San Antonio Sports Center.
Dallas Cowboys have waived defensive end Yami Faholko off the injured reserve with an injury settlement. They also waived wide receiver David Durden. AB Top 25 was released. Georgia, Ohio State, Texas, Alabama, Notre Dame for your top 5. Texas opponent Michigan is at number 10. I'm Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Oh, yes. One more sleep, everybody. One more sleep. We are almost there. We've almost made it, friends. The NFL season right around the corner, but there's college football too, Rob. Still,
I'm putting them a distant second.
Well, that's only
the most
because
recent returns.
Yeah, you're sad Aggie now. You
Not
can't
quite Florida State, but I'm halfway down that road.
No, it's not even.
Hey, one more loss and we are on the same boat.
No, the difference is now if Texas A&M gets stumped by Vanderbilt or Mississippi State, then we can start having a conversation.
Yeah.
You know, it's okay to get thumped by a team like Notre Dame.
Well,
Not even thumped.
Yeah,
even
thump wasn't the appropriate term, but
Yeah.
the law of expectations and how they need to be managed from here on out, I think, is what we've really learned here.
Well, I think that it could have been worse.
Far worse. But better to find out who you are early so you can adjust appropriately.
And well, we'll see if it seems like Aggie's going with Wegman again, which I
Yeah.
figured they would.
Yeah, I don't blame them, but we will see if that decision is correct in about a month.
Well, the new top 25 is out, and we've had some changes. For one, you will no longer find Florida State in the top 25. In fact, Florida State, if I'm not mistaken, didn't even get a vote.
Well,
so
they shouldn't.
No. So they went from number 10 to not receiving other votes. Now, the other team that dropped out of the rankings was Texas A&M.
Yeah, but we were 20.
They were 20th, and you know what? They are 26th now. They are getting the most votes for a team that didn't make it. No one looked at that loss as like a detriment to the Aggies.
No, this was just a portent of who they are.
There is a shakeup in the top 5, despite all those teams in the top 5 winning.
Is there any? I think we've got the right top 5. I'm not sure there's anybody there that I go needs to be there, though. But there's the appropriate rise there. I think that there's some teams that are going to be in the top 5 that aren't even in the top 15 now, or at least in the top. I think Miami's destined to be a top 5 team. In the next 3 weeks, they're going to be a top 5 team.
I'm curious. Like, I don't know if I think it, and it's funny. I say a disappointing result for Ohio State. I don't think Ohio State played that well. They won 52-6.
But the problem was everybody that watched it, we watched the first half and we saw them having a little bit of issues. You knew everything was about to bust loose, but nobody saw it.
That was me.
Yeah.
It was 7-3. Well, first of all, it was 3-0. Like almost the entire first quarter.
Right.
At 3-0, Ohio State was down to Akron. They scored a touchdown late in the first quarter. They started to kind of pile on a little bit. It was 10-3 for most of the second quarter, and then Ohio State got another touchdown before half. So 17-3 halftime
and that's
score.
The last I saw of that game.
Now, mind you, Ohio State was a 48.5-point favorite. They end up winning 52-6, but based on what I saw of the game, and I didn't see any action after the first half. I wanted to see what Will Howard looked like. I was not impressed.
Right.
Apparently they played. I don't know if I want to say they played well in the second half, but they turned the bully meter up in the second half. So of all the teams in the top 5, if I said I'm unsure that this team is actually good or great, it's Ohio State.
Yeah. I mean, but they didn't do anything at the end of the day to go. If you didn't see the game, you saw the final, you go, well, they pantsed them. But if you did witness it, you go, oh, not as pretty as I thought.
Now,
but Ole Miss, I get it. Jackson Dart's going to be a hell of a player, but they've ranked they put those 2 quarterbacks together in Dylan Gabriel and Jackson Dart, who are kind of carrying talented but not extraordinarily great teams. I think Ole Miss has more talent. But other than that, I don't think anybody deserved to fall any further than they did.
Oregon drops 4 spots from number 3 to number 7. Texas moves up a spot into 3. Alabama moves a spot up into 4. And Notre Dame jumps 2 spots to the 5 hole, which
they might be getting too much credit.
I'm going to tell you what, though. Take a look at Notre Dame's schedule. They might go 12-0.
Yeah, that's the word. I think that when they continue to, A&M might be looked at as too big of an opponent. In hindsight, this was a team not ready to play. A defense that was grounded, but an offense that was, less than pedestrian. And Notre Dame got a bump because they did it in Kyle Field. If that had been anywhere else, neutral site or anywhere else, no, they wouldn't have bumped.
You know what we haven't really talked about? The idea that Notre Dame, how's it work out if Notre Dame goes 12-0? Would they be the 5 seed?
I think they are considered a conference champion. in their. They would be a 5 seed, or no,
They would be like
they would get a bye. I'm sure they'd play themselves into a bye.
But the 4 byes are supposed to go to the 4 conference champions.
Well, I guess they'd be a 5 seed. That's the problem with not being.
There's something I haven't even thought about that until just now. But
me too.
Notre Dame is likely to go. Well, I shouldn't even say they're likely to go 12-0.
They got to deal with US. There's a couple they're still dealing with. It ain't over for them yet.
Well, they've got 2 more road games, one at Purdue and one at USC.
That's it?
That's it. That's the only games they play on the road. And I mean, Louisville is at home. Georgia Tech, Navy are neutral site games. Florida State was looked at as their toughest game on their schedule this season. That doesn't look so much like a tough game anymore. They get Army on a neutral, and then they're at USC at the end of the year.
But there's a lot of neutral site, just not a bunch in South Bend.
Georgia Tech, Navy, and Army are all neutral site games.
Okay. So that's okay.
But only 2 more true road games at Purdue and at USC. There's a real and just considering that they played A&M at Kyle Field to open the season, that might end up being the toughest game they've got all season.
If A&M wins 8-9 games, they're going to get a fair amount of credit for
it. But just the fact that they had to go down there and that with a,
well, they deserve it. But that's by the time we're voting, that game last weekend is going to be such a distant.
It will be. And listen, so what I'm saying is Notre Dame's a team I'm going to want to fade come playoff time because I think they're going to be overvalued.
And can you imagine they're a 5th seed playing a 6th seed? You know what I mean? They're playing or a 7th seed. They're playing like competition. It makes it more difficult for them to get to a championship because they will never get the seeding and the bye like a conference champion will.
But my guess is Notre Dame at some point this year will be as high as number 2 in the country.
Probably.
Because I don't think Georgia's going to lose a regular season game.
No.
But I don't think Notre Dame is either. So
USC, man, I'm rooting for them. Become a huge Trojan. Well, if you want chaos, and what little chaos now will be part of 12 teams.
Yeah. Although in USC, I mean, who knows what they're going to look like? They eked it out against an LSU team that I'm not convinced is a playoff caliber team either.
I think Miami and USC will play themselves into the 12. And I think when you look at this, you got to figure there's going to be a Big Ten school, Penn State or Michigan, that falls out just because of losses.
So you think USC more likely to make it than Penn State?
I do. What I saw against LSU, that they got a quarterback that's going to win a couple of games I didn't think they were going to win.
Penn State does have to go to USC. They play each other this year, remember?
It's crazy.
They are conference rivals. I think Penn State, well, listen, I always think Penn State does this every year. They make you think they're good because they bully crap teams.
West Virginia this week.
Yeah.
And what a 4-hour rain delay.
Yeah. And they'll beat Bowling Green by 100 points this weekend and
let themselves down. Probably at home, lose to.
That's Ohio State. November 2nd. They'll 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, they'll be 7-0. They'll probably be top 5, and that game day will be at Penn State for a whiteout.
All of that. And
Ohio State, Penn State, and they'll lose by 30.
Yeah.
And that's the way it always goes with them. They don't have to play Michigan though this year. Penn State avoided Michigan on their schedule. They get they're at USC, at Wisconsin, home Ohio State, home Washington. That's their toughest conference games. So they have fewer bullets to dodge than normal.
I'm looking at the dark horse here.
All right.
Missouri Tigers. Sitting very quietly at night.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I mean, listen, they beat Murray State, which by the way, John Morant wasn't even playing for Murray State.
Well, listen, look how they start this season. They're going to paste Buffalo. They're going to paste Boston College because Boston College beating Florida State turns out ain't that big a deal. Vanderbilt actually looked okay. They're going to paste Vanderbilt. A&M, I don't think they have much trouble with that. UMass, Auburn. So by October 19th, they're going to be undefeated. Now, they got Alabama. Eventually going to have to play Bama.
I think A&M might beat them.
Yeah, they might, but it's further away than it was a week ago.
I think A&M's in this. See, dude, I think you're looking at that Notre Dame loss like it's the end of the world.
No, what I'm telling you is I know a quarterback that's not up to task. They lost their starting center for the year. Depth was already going to be a problem with that offensive line. They're gonna fill that one adequately. What I saw was a team that I thought was about a month further ahead than where they are. They obviously have either an issue with the quarterback's offense or the offense and the quarterback, whatever that is, and they're back to square one. So, which I think stunts their growth. Are they a winning team? Yeah, they are, but they're not the threat that I thought they were going to be because they don't have the quarterback play that's going to be required for them to do it. They don't have the skill like Evan Stewart, like last year, they could just throw the ball up and somebody's going to go get it. They don't have that anymore.
I agree with that, but I also think that by the time that game rolls around, October 5th, Aggie will have played Notre Dame. They will have gone to play at Florida. They will have played Arkansas. They will have played against quality players. Whereas this is the talent jump from anything Missouri will have seen to what A&M has is going to be enormous.
But I will say this, Missouri, by the time they do play, will be 5th or 6th. They're going to be a top 5 or 6 team. They're going to look really good over the next several weeks. Not playing very good enough teams other than Boston College now is a name. They're going to be able to, they're the team that went to Florida State and beat them and ended their season. And it's going to be a good win. Vanderbilt's going to be easy. They play good against A&M. Then they get UMass and Auburn. Shoot, by week, 10? By October the 26th, they're top 5 caliber, man. This is a team with some heat.
Well, I know by October 5th, either Georgia or Alabama is going to fall out of the top 5 because they play the week before.
Just follow Missouri. If they're what they were last year and that offense returns, that's a dark horse team to follow that we're really not going to pay attention to, and they're going to be hanging around the top 5.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't know if I think that's what they are.
If A&M can right the ship and do the right things at home, that should be a win that can really begin what Elko wanted to begin. That could be that signature turning point win against a top 10 team coming into College Station that might be a little overvalued because of wins against overrated Boston College and pasting UMass and Furman or whoever hell else they're playing. That could be the turning point for the A&M schedule. But what I am looking at is Missouri over the next 6 weeks. That's going to be a steady riser. I don't see anything for them to hiccup on.
You know who I think is maybe sneaky late into the season? Their schedule late. They play both Alabama and Georgia, but I think Tennessee.
What's that?
Could end up being 6-0.
What's that Samoan quarterback they're using?
I don't know how to pronounce his name properly.
He got a slingshot,
his name's Nico, and it's like Ayamaliava.
I say
something like that.
Could be Hawaiian. I don't know, but man, oh man, unveiling.
He's from California. I know that, but Nico is Nico. I used to come up with DJU, so I wouldn't have to say Uiungalale. I'm sure I'll have to say Yamaliava, but yeah, he looks like the real deal. He looks like a fit for Heupel's system, and I think they're going. So I think they're gonna paste NC State this weekend, and then they go to Oklahoma in a couple weeks. I think that's a very winnable game for them. I think they might be 6-0 going into the Alabama game. And I think at home against Alabama, that's going to be an awesome game. Awesome game. So, the SEC is so good. I'm just curious to see how it all shakes out because I think Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, Missouri, Texas, all those teams, Ole Miss, I didn't even mention, all those teams have a legit chance to be really, really, really good. I'm curious to see who shakes out as who goes to one of those teams probably isn't going to make the playoff. And right now it's kind of hard to believe.
I was just looking at the Tennessee lineup and schedule. You know who their backup quarterback is? Heath Schuler's son.
Oh, is it?
You know what his name is?
It is, I do know his name. No, I don't.
Navy.
No.
Navy Schuler.
I don't think, are you sure?
Has to be Heath Schuler's kid,
No,
right?
but I'm saying, are you sure he's the backup quarterback?
I see a list of him.
Because
or is he already gone?
There was a kid playing in the late stages of the Chattanooga game that was not him.
They have him classed as a redshirt senior, second. Maybe they didn't need him.
I think he's like a
Heath Schuler. He's a transfer in from Western Carolina.
You want to know what my guess is? He's like
he was at App State. Sorry,
he's a quarterback at Tennessee, like Kyle Shanahan was a quarterback at Texas. Like he's a coach in the making.
Navy Schuler.
Yeah,
and he's even wearing his dad's number. He's even got 21 on.
Yeah, that dude ain't playing football.
Neither was his dad.
All right, let's hit a break. We'll finish talking up some college football before we get to the NFL extravaganza. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, the Institute for Functional Health changed my life coming up on about 7 years ago. And I'm the kind of guy who didn't think his life needed changes, much less looking for it. But when I met Dr. Torres, he explained to me that, the way I was feeling wasn't because of age, and it wasn't because of just things getting old. It was my weight. He told me the weight is why you don't feel good. The weight is why your knees ache. The weight is why you're not sleeping well. The weight is why you have the brain fog. And once you start losing weight, those other little things that you're blaming on age slowly go away. I feel better today than I did 6 years ago. Can you say that? If you can't, I want you to call Dr. Torres today. The number is 210-468-1891. Now, his website is iffhealth.com. Go there. I want to tell you a little bit about the IFF itself. The Institute for Functional Health is a full-service medical facility. General practitioners, they do rehab work. Weight loss is just part of one of the many things they do to keep you functionally healthy and happy. When was the last time you went to a doctor who was trying to get you off medications? That's what Dr. Torres does. He aims for a functionally healthy life, and the first and most important part of that is losing weight. He understands that there's no new science in losing weight. It is the fewer calories than you're burning. Weight will fall off. But how do you get there? That's the answer. Call Dr. Torres today. I promise you, if you follow what he has to say and you do what he wants you to do, you will lose weight. Call him today. Change your life. You'll thank me later, I'm sure.
San Antonio's Sports Star.
Hey, football fans, Michael Vick here. I had an advantage. My legs were a weapon. 6,109 rushing yards, still unbeaten records. That's why I bet at BetUS.com. They offer American sports bettors an advantage. The industry's biggest bonus, a 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits. And get expert picks and predictions on their very own BetUS TV. Take advantage. Join me online at BetUS Sportsbook and Casino. BetUS, where the game begins.
It's time to huddle up and listen close. For 2024, we pay tribute to a true game changer in the world of snacks, the unrivaled, the unbeatable, the pork rind. Yes, it's crunch time, and we're not just talking about the last few nail-biting minutes of the game. We're talking about a snack so audaciously crunchy, it puts those pretentious chips and pretzels to shame. So here's to you, Southern Recipe Pork Rinds, for being more than just a crunch. Southern Recipe Pork Rinds. It's crunch time. Find your rind at H-E-B.
It's Ewald Kubota's summer sales event, and now's the time to beat the heat with cool pricing. Like up to $4,000 off on the Kubota SVL 97, or take 0 down, 0 APR for 36 months, plus an additional Ewald discount of $500. The Kubota SVL 97 is one tough track loader, built to handle rugged terrain, all in the comfort of an AC cab. Come to any of our 11 locations and beat the heat during the Ewald Kubota's summer sales event.
Now through September 30th. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you. Discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at Hims, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free, with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
At Skechers, we put the S in comfort.
Wait. Skechers put the S in comfort?
Yes, comfort you have to feel to believe. Skechers, we put the S in comfort.
Let me try. Okay, I'm just stepping in and oh, wow. Skechers put the S in comfort.
Duh. We told you.
Find Skechers slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Sherry, what have you done to your hair? What do you mean? Does it not look good? It doesn't look good. It looks freaking amazing. I can't believe how thick and healthy it looks. Oh, I must know your secret. No secret. It's hair volume from New Nordic. Hair volume, huh? Well, it certainly lives up to its name. Your hair has never looked so thick. It is gorgeous.
I was so tired of having thin and brittle hair. Ugh, and the shedding. So I figured I'd give hair volume a try. Needless to say, I'm thrilled with the results. Hey, where are you going?
I'm going to pick up some hair volume right now. My reunion's next month and I want my hair to look as good as yours.
Hair Volume is the best-selling hair tablet in the world and one of many award-winning natural health products from New Nordic, the #1 supplier of dietary supplements in Scandinavia. Purchase at newnordicusa.com or your local Walgreens, Rite Aid, or CVS. Available as a tablet or delicious gummy. Help your hair look full, voluminous, and beautiful again at newnordicusa.com, Walgreens, Rite Aid, or CVS.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday morning at 11:30. The Aggies take on the McNeese Cowboys, presented by Ewald Kubota and the Angry Elephant. Pre-game at 10:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Let's give away some tickets. How about it? You want to go see Nothing More?
Where should I know Nothing More from? Is that like a 90s band?
Pull them up.
I keep thinking Faith No More, but that ain't
That's
it.
a different band, yeah. You want it all, but you can't have
See, that's who I
it.
thought this was, but that's not them.
It's in your face, but you can't grab it. Oh, they're from San Antonio.
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah, baby.
More.
Yeah, I don't know much about them, but you can get you can go see them. You can get
Google this dude. This dude is yoked.
Yeah.
Have you seen look at that dude?
Well, I don't want to say that often rock and roll body comes with, copious drug use, because I don't know these fellas. I hope that's not the case, though.
Nah,
maybe it's sit-ups. Maybe it's sit-ups.
Doing calisthenics.
You think so?
You don't rock that kind of six-pack.
Why don't you play a little bit of it, Vic? Let's hear a little Nothing
Just
More.
Enough not to get us in trouble.
Yeah, let's see here.
All right. You can win tickets to see Nothing More September 5th at the Boeing Center at Techport. Get your tickets if you don't win at livenation.com. Let's do caller number 5. You'll win tickets. Simple as that. Simple as that, friend. 210-656 ESPN.
Oh God.
Caller number 5.
Oh.
This is it?
No, I'm reading some stories about Nothing More.
Oh, hold on.
What's it say?
In September of 2022, the court charged Johnny Hawkins, the evidently drummer and lead singer, with hit and run driving causing death or serious injury.
Oh.
Entered a plea in absentia of not guilty, and at a later hearing on November 28th, 2022, the court reduced the charge to vehicular negligent injury, and I believe he's settled, so he's had some legal issues.
Well, listen, man, rock and rollers, just like athletes, if you're good enough, I'll put up with a certain level of nonsense.
So is this juice worth the squeeze?
Let's hear it.
Question. That's not bad.
I don't know if it's dirty or not, so hold on.
No, that's not bad. I'll take that. All right. We give it the Morning
This
Huddle
sounds like
seal of approval.
late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
I like this. All right. Nothing more.
All right, let's go see these cats tomorrow night at the Tech Port.
Well, I can't go because there's a football game on.
Oh, Johnny Hawkins addresses domestic charges in new interview. Oh, Johnny has had some issues, man.
You know what? If they're from San Antonio, they're going to play again. But September 5th's a bad day for me because of football.
He hit his girlfriend with his GMC Canyon truck.
That's who he killed with his car?
Well, it just says he ran into her. His then girlfriend. Not anymore.
So wait a minute. This
In
same
Jefferson
dude
Parish, Loudwire independently obtained and verified police and court documents related to the situation in 2023 and found that Hawkins turned himself into police on March 9th, 2022, according to arrest records in Jefferson Parish, Louisiana. Records state that upon turning himself in, Hawkins was arrested for attempted aggravated battery with a motor vehicle after running over his then girlfriend with his GMC Canyon truck on December the 23rd. Evidently, he did not like his Christmas gift.
Wow.
He entered a plea in absentia of not guilty, and a later hearing in November 22 reduced the charge to vehicular negligent injuring, a Class C4 misdemeanor. He withdrew his initial plea and pleaded guilty to a lower charge, and will be in San Antonio tomorrow night with his band.
Jefferson Parish is like a Metairie, New Orleans area, outer New Orleans area. I know a lot about Louisiana geography. I say that I know like 3 or 4 parishes because I lived in Louisiana for a year. So I'm an expert, I would say.
Well, good.
Some would call me that.
Well, he'll be here tomorrow night.
Man,
he is yoked too, by the way.
He's a wild man.
Fit. He drives a Canyon pickup, if you're curious.
Well, it's got
he did.
a dent.
It's got
in
kind
it.
of a dent in it now.
Dent in the
A
bumper.
buff right out for.
Yeah, no big deal.
That's his then girlfriend's lipstick.
Well, now that I blew it again on the time,
that was my fault. I'm
It's all
sorry.
right. We'll talk college football.
Damn it.
After the NFL extravaganza, which comes up next. Rob and I are going to go through. We're going to pick our division winners. We're going to pick out who's going to be in the playoffs, who's going to miss the playoffs, who's going to win the Super Bowl, who's going to be the MVP, who's going to be the coach of the year. All this great stuff we're going to do next. It's the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
We done?
Vic? Hey, buddy, can we go to break?
Oh, I was on the phone giving you
Oh, my bad.
He was working.
it was Jonathan Griffey.
Jonathan,
I'm working. I'm all like, why aren't y'all talking?
Because I said 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to USASportsStar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an audience national contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at SASportsStar.com. It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up today on The Blitz, Joe Reinagle returns from his vacation, and we'll talk some Texas Longhorns football with Bob Ballou from KIN Austin. Longhorns look dominant in their opener. They've got Michigan this week. Plus, we'll get the latest on the Dallas Cowboys with RJ Ochoa from Blogging the Boys at 4:35. The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Train heating and cooling systems are tested, retested, engineered, and re-engineered to keep up with you. We run together. Visit traininfo.com to find your local independent train dealer. Traininfo.com. It's hard to stop a train.
It's football season, and you know the best place to watch games is at the Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road, with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. College, pro, the games are on at the Roo. And when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch the game. Just down from the big blind, the Roo Pub is next to the Angry Elephant at 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
For a limited time, get a free K5 reverse osmosis drinking water system when you purchase a Connecticut water softener. Clean, great tasting water at your kitchen sink. Hurry before they're gone.
Call 656 Pure Connecticut.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
If you can't sleep because of annoying knee pain, that's a problem. If you stop running because your feet always hurt, that's a problem. If your elbow, shoulder, and neck pain make it impossible for you to do your job, that is a problem. And it's time to finally do something about it. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett from Arasti. At Arasti, we fix pain fast. No medications, no injections. Arasti treatment is completely natural and non-invasive. Plus, we accept most insurance plans. There's a location near you. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-785-9132. That's 800-785-9132. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-785-9132.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Hey, it's Rob Thompson here for Prize Picks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. I'm one of 5 million active members. I play every day because you know why? It's the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports because I get to use my knowledge and apply it to win some serious money. And as a player, they invented FlexPay, which means you can still cash out if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if your pick don't hit. You can win up to 100 times your money on Prize Pick with just as simple 4 correct picks. It is that easy to play. You can have fun. It's simple. It's a great playing experience, and you can use your knowledge. How well is Tyreek Hill going to do this week? How is Dak Prescott going to play? If you know, you go play. It's Prize Picks. Download the Prize Picks app today and use the code Alamo and get $50 instantly when you play. That's code Alamo on Prize Picks. You get $50 instantly when you play just 5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks. Run your game.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We're still dealing with this trouble spot on the north side on 281 southbound. That connector to get onto Loop 410. Heads up, you're going to encounter some delays. A vehicle fire that's been extinguished. We still have the disabled vehicle that's blocking the ramp. So traffic is stopped from Tacoma. You might want to exit at San Pedro to get back onto Loop 410. I-10 westbound at Huebner, disabled vehicle quickly moved it off the main lane, now off to the shoulder. Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, time saver traffic.
Hey, this is Greeny. We'll tackle the NFL and dive into the NBA today at 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
One more sleep, friends, until the NFL is upon us. The season has arrived, friends. We've made it. And you know what? It's time. It's time for us to take a look and make our final decisions. Now, here's what you need to do, Vic.
Yeah.
You got a big job today.
Okay.
You got to keep track of who all we're picking. And that way, at the end of the year, we'll figure out what the dumbest thing that both of us said was and what the smartest thing that both of us said was.
Got
it. Inevitably, one of the things that both of us will pick is going to be really, really dumb at the end of the year, and one of them will look really, really smart. At least one.
Okay.
I like to think we'll have more smarts than dumbs.
Right. We'll see.
But like when Rob says Patriots are going to the Super Bowl,
brilliant.
It could turn out to be. I mean, think about the last 20 years. How many times has he been right?
Right.
You know, that's how he's got a good track record.
Okay.
I also thought Brady should have retired after 2012, but that was a whole other thing.
He's too old.
He was too old. He was worn out then.
He's too old.
He's been there in the league 12 years by then. How dare he think he could keep playing?
All right. Let's take a look at, where do you want to start? AFC or NFC?
Let's go to the AFC and work our way around.
All right. Let's start up top in the AFC. We'll start in, I think, the toughest division in football, the AFC North, where you've got co-favorites, Rob. The Bengals and the Ravens are co-favorites at plus 145. The Browns plus 550. The Steelers are 8-1. Who wins the AFC North in your mind?
The Ravens run through them again.
I wish I could disagree with you. I like them too. I will say, you know what? I'm going to go different. I'll go the Bengals. I like the Ravens better, but the Bengals get a last place schedule.
Mm-hmm.
They play because they stunk last year because Joe Burrow got hurt and they were supposed to be good. What happened? Joe Burrow gets hurt. They're not good. The concern, I guess, for the Bengals is no Jamar Chase.
Not yet.
Generally, I default to the Ravens when it's close, but I'm going to take the Bengals. So I'll go Bengals. Rob is going Ravens.
I think Zay Flowers is going to be a superstar.
Okay. I don't disagree with that.
He's got the potential to be one of those Steve Smith kind of game breaker kind of guys.
All right. Let's go to the AFC East. Your new favorites, the New York Jets. They are plus 165. The Bills plus 195. Dolphins plus 205. Patriots 25-1. Who wins the AFC East, Rob?
Well, you can go first on this. Why don't you step out on this plank?
I'll step out. I'll say Buffalo still is good enough to hang in there. I think the Bills are. I think the reports of their demise are over exaggerated. I do think they're going to take a step back. I think their title hopes are less than they've been the last couple of years, but I still think they're the cream of that division. So I'll go Buffalo.
My gut tells me you're right, but I think Miami's laying low.
Oh, that's not where I thought you were going.
No, I think Miami's priming themselves to do something special. I don't think they're going to do anything more than, at best, win their division. But I do think that if it doesn't work, they're going to start tooling around the edges, and some of those high-dollar guys might be kind of in trouble. The Tua got paid. You've got everything around him. McDaniel just got an extension. It's time to do something.
Here's what I don't like about Miami. They lost Christian Watkins in the offseason and did not do anything real to replace him.
Mm-hmm.
And remember last year, they struggled down the stretch. And remember, they went to Baltimore when it was cold, and they just stunk. And everybody said, well, when Tua in the cold, he's going to be bad. If you look at their schedule this year, Thanksgiving at Green Bay, their last two games of the season at Cleveland, at the Jets. That means last year where they only had one cold weather game, this year they've got three. I don't trust Tua outdoors in the cold.
They acquitted themselves pretty well in Kansas City last year, didn't they? I mean, you're right.
They didn't embarrass themselves.
What they do need to make sure of, and for them to go where I think they're capable of, they were really banged up at the end of the year. They didn't have A-Chain was gone. What was the other running back?
Mostert.
Mostert was hurt. I think that kind of hurt him. Tua was mostly concussed the second half of the year, stumbling around. So I do think there were some mitigating factors. I'm going to hang with you. I'm just trying to be a little different. I do think Buffalo's the class of this. They know how to do it. They got a quarterback that it's time to prove yourself, man. There's nothing. It is your team. There is no dissenting voice in the locker room. There's nobody crying for the ball. You can be the quarterback that you're supposed to be with a coach that's going to do everything he can to put you in the best position without the sidebar stuff with Diggs and other things. I think it should be them. And I think if they do it, I have higher aspirations for them than you do. I think they're Super Bowl caliber.
The Dolphins' last 3 games last season at Buffalo, they scored 19. Or no, at Baltimore, pardon me, they scored 19. Buffalo, they scored 14. At Kansas City in the playoffs, they scored 7.
It was only 7.
26-7.
26-7. I felt like they'd done more.
No, that was a game where Andy Reid had the ice mustache.
That's right.
Yeah.
Let's hope they run up a big lead. Yeah, it's tough being a cold weather team, but they're going to be able. They've got all the manpower. If they can just stay healthy, I think it'll be a gunfight.
All right, let's look at the AFC South. The Houston Texans favored. Like when I say favored, they're bigly favored.
Should be
plus 105. Jags plus 250. Colts plus 340. Titans 10-1.
Yes, the Texans, but
The
so
Texans.
much could go wrong. I mean, the schedule's so much tougher. They're going to be a better football team. They're just not going to win as many games. I think once they get into the playoffs, we'll see it. Man, yes, they're going to win it. They are. They know how to do it. They did it before, but it's just not going to be as easy.
I think the Texans should win it. If I were betting on it, at plus 250, 2.5 times the chance of the Jags. I don't know.
I agree.
You know what? I'll go Jags. Give me the Jags to win the division. And that'll probably be the thing I look stupid about because they'll probably go 4-13. But
they better not.
I'll go with the Jags. You know who I think it might be better than people think they're going to be is Tennessee.
Levis.
Yeah, just being with Callahan. And Callahan, like what he did with that offense with Joe Burrow and those guys, like obviously he doesn't have the same quality of players there, but I think they could be dangerous. And I don't think Callahan's a better coach than Vrabel was, but I just think they're going to look different. They're going to be more explosive offensively. I give them a little bit of a
easy schedule.
Yeah, for sure. AFC West. Do you have the balls to go against the Chiefs? Chiefs minus 260, Chargers 350. Raiders 10-1, Broncos 22-1.
Of all the conferences, this is the easiest. They'll have it wrapped up by week 11.
Yeah, there's no argument for me. It's the Chiefs. All right, give me 3 wild card teams from the AFC.
Well, I told you Miami because I think they're going to end up being one of the wild cards. But, but legitimately, I threw them out. I think Miami's certainly going to be there. As far as dark horses, I'm not sure. But the Colts might be somebody to be worried about.
Okay.
If Taylor can stay, I think Anthony Richards gotten a bad rap from that 1 week of we knew his plays. He won't throw the ball. The highlights I saw of him, he was capable. Now, there's a long way between here and there, but I do know that of all the teams out there that are on the comeback, on the rebuild, they've got more talent than any of them. They just don't have the superstar separator because Richardson was hurt. But I do think a fully healthy Richardson, given that physical style, that might be a surprise team. I don't know if they're a wild card, but they feel very Texans to me. They feel like they got a run game. They got wide receivers that can play. Their defense is sturdy. If their quarterback can stay healthy, they could get a little Texans run and get themselves in the playoffs. So I'm going to throw them out there. And then the Jets. I think the Jets and Aaron are going to be competitive, man. Those are my 3.
I'm going to go Ravens, Browns, and Chargers.
Browns would.
I think. I mean, if the Browns, God, and part of this is old pervert Watson has to be like an average NFL quarterback, which he hasn't been.
Right.
But if he can be an average NFL quarterback, the Browns are going to be a serious contender because the Browns have a great roster.
Stefanski can coach.
Yep,
he can.
And I love the Ravens, and I think Harbaugh getting in there with the Chargers, I think it's going to be an instant upgrade.
Oh, but it could be so bad.
It could be.
It could be. Cleveland is Cleveland yet again.
You know who I'm going to put? Okay, give me one team in the AFC who you think is going to be better than people think they are, like a team that's looked at as a bad team that you think is better than people think.
I'm going to stick with one I already gave you. I think the Colts are the team that really are going to surprise a few. Could the Raiders put together something?
I mean, if Gardner Minshew's worth a damn. You know who I'm going to go
have
with?
To do much. I think they like their coach.
I'm going to go outside the box. I'm going to say the Denver Broncos.
Well, they have yeah.
The Denver Broncos win total is 5.5. Sean Payton's never won fewer than 7 games in his career. Like, it's almost offensive that Sean Payton, like, they think he just can't coach. He went 8-9 last year with like the most dysfunctional situation, like a quarterback that he was literally packing the bags for during the season. They still went 8-9. I like the Bo Nix Sean Payton marriage.
That could be the separator, right?
So I think Denver, like, I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs, but I don't think they're gonna be a trash can either. All right,
Funny, we both looked at the West.
Yeah,
behind
the top two. Yeah. Let's look at the NFC. And let's start. We'll start in the NFC North, which suddenly is a sort of a wide open division. The Lions plus 130, Packers plus 230, Bears plus 280, Vikings down at 11-1. Who do you like to win the North?
Detroit. No question.
I'm gonna go with the Packers.
Really?
Yeah. I think, God, everyone just keeps slobbing on Detroit, and it's like, I get it. Yeah, I mean, I think they've got some talent. I don't know. I think maybe it was a little bit of fool's gold. And also, historically, if you just assume Detroit's not going to be good, they find a way not to be good. And last year they were good. I think that's probably the exception to the rule. So I'll take the Packers, especially because Detroit can never win at the Packers. Like, they just, it doesn't happen. So give me Green Bay. I'll take them there. All right, let's go to we'll skip the East. We'll save it for the end. NFC South. I'm surprised at this. You've got a minus money favorite. The Falcons minus 130, Bucks plus 320, Saints 4-1, Panthers 11-1. Who you got?
I'm gonna go Tampa.
You like Baker Mayfield?
I do.
You're a Baker guy.
I think they are the epitome of 10-8, 10-7. They are right in the middle. I think they're going to win the games they're supposed to, and they're going to lose the ones they're supposed to, and they're coming right in the middle. I like Tampa Bay.
I wouldn't bet this at minus 130, but I'll take the Falcons. They just have so much talent. They've been it's been misappropriated for the last several years. But when I think about the guys that they've got on that offense, they should be able to figure, and they're great on the lines. They should have a pretty solid defense. So I'll go with the Falcons.
And I love the pick of the two things I want to happen this year in the NFL. That not for anything other than the entertainment value, is I want Atlanta to be on fire. I want that offense to look like it should. I want Kirk Cousins to get some love yet again, and I want him dancing around, doing whatever he does with a chain on. I want them playing well, and I want the Jets to play well. I think if those two teams are hot, it'll make the entertainment value of the league this year to a factor of X more fun.
NFC West, 49ers minus 195, Rams plus 350, Seahawks plus 650, Arizona 13-1.
San Francisco, this will be the easiest conference win or division win in all of the NFL.
I agree. I think they'll win this division by 2 or 3 games.
Far ahead.
I think that they are so clearly the best team in the NFC. NFC East, Eagles minus 125, Cowboys plus 170, Commanders 9-1, Giants 20-1.
So what's the there hadn't been a repeat winner in the East in 20 years?
Something like that. It never happens. Can the Cowboys break that streak?
I don't think. I think Saquon in Philly is such a difference. I think that of all the things that have happened in the division, holdouts, trades, changes, it is Saquon landing in Philly. I take Philly to win it.
I'm going to take Philly also. I just think one thing I've learned about Dallas is they are, I won't call them a stars and scrubs team, but they are very, very reliant on about the top 5 players on their roster. And any injury is going to throw this thing completely off the tracks. And already being down one corner is scary. That's probably your 3rd best defensive player, maybe your 2nd best defensive player. But if there's a Dak, Micah, CD, they're one of those guys getting hurt away from going, well, we suck. We are not good. and that worries me. So I'll take the Eagles as well. Although God, I don't particularly like the Eagles.
I don't either. But I will say this, that there is something to this strategy of Dak having an FU MVP kind of year, because McCarthy, who by the way will be with us Friday morning, brought to you by AA Best Belmont's, a good opportunity to get the season going with the head coach of your Cowboys. I think if you're without a contract, you can coach like, you know what, I'm leaving anyway. Let's all go down in flames, or, let's make a big play or a big mistake. Let's figure it out and have some fun. I do think they won't say they're playing like that, but I do think you're going to see that. And it could work out ridiculously well.
Yeah.
I don't think it will, but I do think there's probably a stronger possibility that it will other than it won't.
I love that Dak, like if he doesn't get paid, he's going to play awesome. If he does, he'll be all right. I'll play regular, but if you don't pay me, I'm going to play like you're going to see. I'll show you if you don't pay me. If you do pay me, all right, you're going to get the regular old me.
Because I'm pacing
don't
myself.
Oh, I'm going to put it in your face. I'm going to blow your mind if you don't pay me.
Hey, you're not allowed to pull the curtain back, man. You're not supposed to do it that way. Like, we'll get a try-hard Dak if he gets the deal.
Are you sure that's how you want to word it? You're going to play real hard if we don't pay you, huh?
Okay, I'll play harder. 101%. Oh, 62 million, 110%.
Yeah.
70 million, 125% of me.
All right, on the other side, we'll give you who we think are the wild card teams, which means, do Rob and AJ think the Cowboys will make the playoffs? And we'll see who we think is going to be in the Super Bowl. It's the NFL extravaganza here on the Morning Huddle. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville.
10-yard line, touchdown Vegas. What a wild finish.
Your home for the NFL. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday afternoon at 3:25. The Cowboys start the regular season on the road in Cleveland, taking on the Browns.
I like this kind of party.
Pre-game starts at 2:30. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota.
How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
At the Home Depot, we know you can't control everything, like when your guests arrive too early for Saturday college football. But you can control your grill. With the Traeger Timberline XL, you can watch the game, not the grill. Monitor your football feast from anywhere using the Traeger app. With the Timberline XL, you can bake, smoke, sear, fry, and saute. That's Desmond Howard level versatility.
Huddle up, the food's done.
Defend your game time with Traeger and the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Not all pizza places are the same. Mellow Mushroom originated hand-tossed, stone-baked classic Southern pizza. Not in the mood for pizza? Order a calzone, hoagie, sandwich, burger, or a mellow salad and see how care goes into every item on the menu. Take your pick from 24 draft beers and or handcrafted cocktails. And many of the pizzas can be made gluten-free or vegan. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
At Skechers, we put the S in comfort.
Wait. Skechers put the S in comfort?
Yes, comfort you have to feel to believe. Skechers, we put the S in comfort.
Let me try. Okay, I'm just stepping in and... Oh, wow. Skechers put the S in comfort.
Duh. We told you.
Find Skechers slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Howdy, Ags. Andrew Monaco, the voice of the Aggies, inviting you to watch all A&M games at the Angry Elephant at 281 in Redland Road. Owned by Chip Ingram, class of 98, the Angry Elephant is known for their liberal cocktails at conservative prices and the best hot dog in Texas. Since 2012, the Angry Elephant's been the place to watch A&M, and this year is no different. Just down from the Big Blind, right next to the Rue Pub at 281 in Redland Road. The Angry Elephant. Like your car, love your Aggies. Gig 'em. Joe Reinagle here for the Golf Club of Texas, open to the public 7 days a week with a country club feel. It's football season, so book your tee times early at golfclubtexas.com and stick around and watch the games. Make Golf Club of Texas your football headquarters where you can watch every game. They'll even stay open until the end of every NFL game, including Thursday, Sunday, and Monday nights. Get into the Tin Cup Bar at the Golf Club of Texas, Highway 90 at Briggs Ranch Road. Golf Club of Texas, the friendliest golf course in Texas.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio, and since 1994, I've been representing people and families seriously injured by negligent drivers. Recently, we've all seen advertisements from attorneys here in San Antonio saying their firm does not get paid an attorney fee unless there's a recovery. And maybe you've heard, we don't get paid unless you get paid, or words to that effect. Well, that is what I've been doing for more than 30 years. I honestly did not know that there were attorneys in San Antonio that would represent an injured client and charge a fee if there was no recovery. You see, I practice law with basic principles, one of which is you never need an excuse to do the right thing. If you or a family member has been injured in a vehicle collision, including a commercial or business vehicle, an 18-wheeler, call me. The phone call and consultation is free. If you hire me, I will not get a fee unless there is a recovery. And this has been true for me and my firm for more than 30 years. My number, 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400. Or check out my website, alawyerforus.com.
Hi, this is Congressman Joaquin Castro. Here in Military City, USA, we're proud to stand by our veterans. Every year, my office is honored to help San Antonio veterans and military families with delayed benefits, claims, and service questions. Just know that if you need a hand, we're here for you. Call 210-348-8216 or visit castro.house.gov/help to learn more. Paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
She posted about us just now.
Celebrities can't get enough of Biana's bespoke skincare line.
She has 147 million followers. How do we monetize?
She needs a social media associate to help her with the hype.
We should repost this. Do we need a hashtag?
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, football fans, Michael Vick here. They say I transformed the quarterback position. The fastest ever, the strongest arm, the most rushing yards. They call me a game changer. I say BetUS.com changed the sports betting game. It started 30 years ago with the industry's biggest bonuses, and they haven't stopped. This football season, get a 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits. Join me at BetUS Online Sportsbook and Casino, BetUS, where the game begins.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Our heaviest delay continues to be on the north side on 281 southbound at Bitters. It's a multi-vehicle accident. 7 vehicles involved in this crash. Traffic is stopped from Redwood Road, so tack on an extra 55 minutes to your commute. Again, that's 281 southbound Bitters. Avoid it if at all possible. This wreck has only 2 right lanes getting by. Still a 55-minute delay. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to USASportsStar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Ticket. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an audience national contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at SASportsStar.com. San Antonio Sports Center.
Dallas Cowboys have waived defensive end Liami Fehoko off the injured reserve with an injury settlement. They also waived wide receiver David Durden. AB Top 25 was released. Georgia, Ohio State, Texas, Alabama, Notre Dame for your top 5. Texas opponent Michigan is at number 10. I'm Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
As we roll through The Morning Huddle's NFL Eve Extravaganza. That's what we're doing right now. That was my intro
That
to
was. It felt extravaganzic.
Yeah. Remember there was that Hunter's extravaganza. The word extravaganza always makes something sound bigger than it is,
Feels
right?
that way. Extravaganza, jubilee.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
something bigger than it normally is. But not this. This is bigger than you'd think.
Yeah. Oh, you think last week was awesome with college football cranking up? And that's the other thing about the NFL. Unlike college football, where they're like, yeah, we'll play week 0. We're going to give you 4 games. The prize pig of these 4 games is going to be Florida State and Georgia Tech. The NFL's like, yeah, we're going to start our season with like maybe the 2 best teams. How about that?
Right now.
We're just going to throw it. We're going to spit out Ravens Chiefs game 1. You like that? You like that? And then we're going to give you an international game with the Eagles and the Packers. And then on Sunday, we're going to give you a full friggin' slate. And then on Monday Night Football, we're still going to have more for you. We're going to give you the defending NFC champs taking it on Aaron Rodgers. How about that? Is that what you want? You want that?
You like that?
You like that? I like that. I do, NFL. You've got me. I'm a believer in your product. And you know what? I always will be. I don't know what the NFL would have to do to make me stop watching. Like, there's people who are like, take a knee, I'm never watching you again.
They're lying to you.
Yeah, I feel that way too.
They're
Like,
lying.
I'm like, who are these people who are so morally strong that they're like, I'm going to stop watching football? Like, I think there could really be like beheadings at halftime of football games. And I'd be like, well, that sucked. Let's get back to the action though. Like, I don't know that there's anything in my, like, I don't know what could turn me off of it.
I can't imagine. The only way you'd stop, and it wouldn't be because of a personality or an action. It'd be because the rules got in the way. Like, I just can't watch this crap. You know, you get to the point. Like, I know people that won't watch college basketball in January and February just because of the officiating. Like, I just can't watch it. Now, I'll watch it when it matters, but right now I won't. And that would be the only thing that that just don't screw up the game, because everything else is taking care of itself.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't imagine what rule they'd have to change.
I'm just saying something weird, like
if they started playing football with a basketball.
Well, a good example, a classic example of what I'm talking about is when we get the chance. Now we watched the new NFL kickoff, and you juxtapose that to a real kickoff with 108,000 people, like you saw in College Station, going bananas. And when the ball is kicked, the game began. With the NFL now, we're all going bananas. The ball is kicked, and we're still waiting. We still can't do anything until, wait for it. Is he going to? Oh, it went out of bounds. Okay, let's start the ball over. Let's go to break, and let's come back and start the game again. That's the kind of stuff. Now, this alone ain't it, but when you start doing crap like that where you're going, well, I can miss the first 30 seconds of the game because absolutely nothing's going to happen.
All right. To recap what we did last segment, Rob has making the playoffs in the AFC. He's got the Ravens winning the North. He's got did you end up going with the Bills winning the East?
Yeah, I went with the Bills.
Bills winning the East. Chiefs winning the West,
and my crazy
Texans winning the South.
Yeah.
And his wild cards are Colts, Dolphins, and Jets.
And notice I left Cincinnati out of there.
You did.
I do think Cincinnati's going to be in the playoffs. I don't know whether they're probably. I think realistically, Cincinnati wins this, and the Ravens are part of this playoff, and the Jets aren't there. That's probably the real thing that happens. But I've been rolling with Aaron for long enough.
It's hard to get
staying with him.
I mean, it's hard to get 3 teams from one division, but
they're that good.
I'm doing the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm saying that in the AFC North, though, I'm going to have the Bengals winning the division in the AFC North. I also have the Bills, the Chiefs. I'm going with the Jags in the South, even though I don't feel great about it. And I went with the Browns, Ravens, and Chargers to make the play. So my hot take is that the Texans missed the playoffs.
I'm looking at all these different predictions as we were getting ready for this segment. I've seen 2 that have the Texans in the AFC Championship
I'm telling
game.
you, a lot of high hopes there. A lot
Man,
of high
I
hopes.
think they're really good. I do. I think that this is a very good football team that is set up to be good, not just now, but for a couple of years now. They still got 2 more years with CJ getting low money. So I think that there is what they're going to be. They ain't there yet. They're good, but that's a lot to hang around the neck of CJ. Second year AFC Championship game, going through the likes of all those others we've talked about. That's a big ask.
All right, NFC. Rob has in the NFC West. We both have the 49ers.
Mm-hmm.
We both have the Eagles. In the South, I've got the Falcons. Rob's got the Bucks. And in the North, I've got the Packers. Rob's got the Lions.
Right.
So who are your wild cards in the NFC?
By that math, Cowboys. Atlanta.
Okay.
And then who's going to come out of the West? Oh, man. You know what? I'm going to go with the Rams.
Okay. I'm going to be pretty similar to you then. I think we might have the exact same playoff teams because, well, no, not quite. I'm going to go with Detroit as a wild card. I'm going to go with Dallas as a wild card. And I'm going to go with the Rams as a wild card, which means I don't have the Bucks making it, and you don't have the Packers making it. That's the difference in our in our playoffs.
And you're more likely right. Although I do agree that one of those teams will not be there. I don't know which one, but one of those won't.
My dark horse team that I think is going to, and again, I don't think they're going to make the playoffs, but I think they're going to be better than people think they are. In the AFC, by the way, Rob picked the Colts for that dark horse. I picked the Broncos to be better than people think they are. In the NFC, I'm picking the Vikings. I think the Vikings are I get it. Sam Darnold sucks. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I don't think Sam Darnold sucks. But Sam Darnold spent a year with Kyle Shanahan.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's up there with another coach that I have a lot of respect for. And he's got a great wide receiver. I think Minnesota might surprise some people.
What about the Saints? I'm going to go with the Saints.
Okay. The Saints, to me, boils down to how much do you believe in Derek Carr?
Well, not a whole lot.
And also, and that's for me, the difference between Minnesota and the Saints is I think Minnesota has a brilliant head coach.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I think the Saints
Dennis
head
Allen
coach is literally like a mongoloid. Like he doesn't know what he's. I'm surprised he can speak English. Like he seems like he's some kind of caveman to me.
The thing about the Saints, their middle class is better than most middle classes. They're average workaday dudes. The 8 dudes on both sides of the ball, the 16 total, the 22 starters that are just NFL dudes. Those guys are solid, man, and they're all about saintdom.
I credit the Saints because the Saints are rarely bad.
Right, because their workaday dudes are always solid. They just don't have any stars.
Yeah.
They just have nobody to move the needle.
Yeah. Well, Alvin Kamara used to be that.
Yeah, that's what they're hanging on to is Alvin Kamara.
All right. When we come back, Rob, we're going to announce who will be in the Super Bowl.
Ooh.
Who will be the Super Bowl champions, we'll announce. And we'll go over some awards. We'll pick the MVP of the league and maybe like some defensive player of the year.
Yeah.
We got plenty more to discuss in the football extravaganza right here, the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Right now, as you sit comfortably, there are people that don't have Connecticut water softeners. I know it's hard to believe.
I can't believe that.
You've made it this far.
It enrages me.
In these modern times, that you can have a home, an investment of hundreds of thousands of dollars, and not have a Connecticut. But yes, it's true, my friends. For those of you unaware, there are these things called Connecticut water softeners that are literally designed and built in the United States with San Antonio and South Texas as mine. Our aquifer water, our well water, man, it makes some good sweet tea. Light beer, some of the best in the world. But I'll tell you what comes out of that water, what sticks in your pipes and in your appliances, you don't want unless you have a Connecticut, you're probably dealing with it. Now, Connecticut, how do you tell if you're dealing with it? Have you seen that white powder on your glasses? Have you felt that kind of stuff on your skin and on your hair? Have you seen the stuff in your pipes and that crusty stuff on the outside of any spigot or faucet, if you see that, you got a problem. You need to call Connecticut. Let them come out and put a water softener in your home for the next 90 days so you can see what I'm talking about, so you can see what your neighbors are already living with. And on that 91st day, when you decide to be a Connecticut customer, like all the smart kids have, you're going to have the comfort of knowing you have the last water softener you're ever going to own and a warranty to back it up. So call them today. The number is 656-PURE. You need more details? You better. Well, you can find them at ConnecticutSA.com. Listen to me close. If you don't have a Connecticut, you're just not doing it right. Get a Connecticut today. You can come by and thank me later.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up today on The Blitz, Joe Reinagle returns from his vacation, and we'll talk some Texas Longhorns football with Bob Ballou from KIN Austin. Longhorns look dominant in their opener. They've got Michigan this week. Plus, we'll get the latest on the Dallas Cowboys with RJ Ochoa from Blogging the Boys at 4:35. The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
There aren't many feelings worse than trying to start your car in the morning and being greeted with a dead battery, or being stuck on the side of the road when you don't need to be. 1 in 4 vehicles on the road will need a battery replacement this year. Don't be a statistic. Stop battery problems before they stop you by testing your battery regularly. Test yours at home or at select Napa locations nationwide. If you need a replacement, Napa has you covered with a full range of long-lasting, high-performance batteries for nearly every make and model on the road. So don't wait. Test your battery today and let Napa help you keep moving.
Am I crazy, or has real estate gotten out of control lately? Between guaranteed cash offer programs and new laws about agent commissions, it's so confusing. What's not confusing is paying someone a low flat fee to sell your house. And that's where Listing Spark comes in. Listing Spark is Texas flat fee real estate company. Flat fee selling is sweeping the nation because it takes less time and it keeps more money in your pocket. In fact, professional real estate investors and flippers have been using Listing Spark for years. With Listing Spark, you don't pay hefty agent commissions, and you don't leave money on the table with a guaranteed cash offer program. In other words, if you have a house worth $400,000, you actually sell it for $400,000, and you don't pay $24,000 in agent commissions. Doesn't that sound better? And get this, if you get started today with Listing Spark, you can list with a local brokerage for as low as $395. Call 800-MLS-LIST or go to listingspark.com. That's listingspark.com. Listing Spark. Thousands of Texan homeowners agree. Selling's better with a low flat fee.
Hi, I'm Rachel, and I have a serious heart condition called hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, or HCM. Some symptoms include being short of breath, feeling tired, or having dizziness or chest pain. I still had symptoms on my beta blocker, so I asked my cardiologist about any treatment advances. It was a breakthrough for me. That's why I'm working with Bristol Myers Squibb to raise awareness about HCM and to help others like me. Talk to your cardiologist today and visit hcmrealtalk.com for more information.
Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio representing people and families who've been injured in traffic collisions since 1994. The reason it's important to call me as soon as possible is the number of tricks and mistakes you can make, even up to talking to insurance companies, which I'm going to tell you not to do. And also some of the billing practices at our local hospitals. And over the last year, I've seen more and more of this, where hospitals are asking patients to assign benefits they do not have to assign, all in an effort to get more money to the hospital than they would receive if all you used was your health insurance. When you call, I will give you your options. We'll talk about your case. And all of that is free of charge. If you or a family member has been injured in a traffic accident, whether car, commercial truck, motorcycle, I want you to call me as soon as possible after the collision. My number, 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400. Or go to my website at alawyerforus.com.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my superhydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
Are you annoyingly inattentive? Do you watch a movie and then ask a zillion questions because you weren't paying attention? Do people ask, how do you sleep at night? Then you should get a mattress from Mattress Firm. They can help anyone sleep. Head to Mattress Firm's best sale of the year, the Labor Day sale. Get a king bed for a queen price. Save up to $700 plus a free adjustable base with select Sealy mattresses. Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
All right, the extravaganza continues. Oh, someone doesn't like you laughing, Vic?
What?
I like
Is your
Vic.
wife calling in again?
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't get it.
Uh,
That's like nothing. It's just a background laugh, nothing pertaining to the show. Who cares?
What I like about it is it makes me feel funny because
Well, some of the things they are funny.
I know, but like, I like to think they're funny, but like
Yeah.
I can't hear people in their cars.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
if they laugh, I don't know. So when Vic laughs, I assume that someone in their car laughed, and that's how I get my energy.
Yeah, see?
That's where my powers come from.
I get all the football talk, but right in the middle of this long conversation about whether Vic should be laughing or the quality of the Texans defense, Chris Fallon throws in there, Rodney Terry sucks at coaching.
You know what, though?
I saw that.
You know what?
What did a basketball coach do to Fallon in the middle of a football conversation?
I don't know, but I'll tell you this. He's right.
No, he is not right. Rodney Terry's a good basketball coach.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
Rodney Terry will be a good basketball coach at
He's followed up
Louisiana
Chris
Monroe.
No, I disagree wholeheartedly, man. Give the man a chance. He
Guy
took over a
sucks.
program that was destroyed by a coach and whatever was going on.
Destroyed by a coach.
He's bringing in 5 stars just like Beard did. Give the man a chance. I don't know why this. This is an Aggie talking. No, he is not.
You're saying that as an Aggie. You're like, oh yeah, y'all keep
not at all.
Y'all signed Rodney Terry to an extension.
Look at who he's bringing
That's
in.
what Longhorn fan felt about Jimbo Fisher. I think you guys should keep paying that guy. It's really working out. That guy's good. He's good.
Trust me on this. You have
He's
Rick
bringing in
Barnes.
5 stars.
You have another Rick Barnes. If you will just bide your time, you have a good coach.
Dude, Rod,
Chris Fallon.
That's crazy that you think that about Rodney Terry. And I appreciate your opinions on basketball, but
I think he's a
Terry,
fine coach. Probably ahead of the schedule as far as when he should be there, but give him a chance. The dude's going to be a hell of a coach.
Like he got fired from UTEP. They were like, yeah, you're not good enough to coach at UTEP. I know. Let's give him the Texas job.
What? I'm not. I'm all for the team collapsing. Trust me.
Imagine you get fired from UTEP, and then you're like, yeah, like, how about we put you in charge of Texas?
He earned it.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. He was in the right place at the right time.
Yeah,
that's earning it.
Because Chris Beard slapped his wife around. He gets
that
the
was
job.
Alleged. That was alleged.
Allegedly slapped his wife around. He gets the job.
He was there at the right time. I think he's done a good job for this
he
team.
Earned it.
By being there at the right time. That's earning it. I think that he's recruited Texas. I think Texas is in a good place.
Oh wow! You're ruining our
it's
football
hard for me- it's
extravaganza
hard for
talking
me
this
to-
crazy
I'm just
thing.
throwing in there.
That's insanity. Insanity.
And there's a kid from Jay that's going to have a good year in Zarek. So that's part of that. But anyway, we digress. Let's talk Super Bowl champion.
All right. The time has come, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for the decisions, the real decisions. Rob, the question is, who will win the NFC? Who will be your NFC champion at the end of the year?
This is out there, man. The Detroit Lions are going to win the NFC.
The Detroit Lions, it's actually not that out there according to Vegas. They are the second favorite at plus 550 to win the NFC. You also have who are your other teams? You have the Rams, they're 15-1. The Bucks are 35-1. The Falcons 13-1, Cowboys 7-1, Eagles 6-1, and Niners plus 250. So you're going with the Lions at plus 550. I'm going to be safe because I think they're just so much better than everyone else. And I'm going to go with the 49ers. I don't think anybody's beating that team. And in fact, I think the 49ers, they're going to end up beating someone in the NFC title game that you won't expect. It might be. I think it might be the Rams. I'm going to say Niners over Rams in the NFC title game. But yeah, I wish I could be ballsy, but I'm not going to be. I'm not going to be ballsy.
Well, I guess there's something first time for everything.
In the AFC, Rob, who will be your champion? Who will face the Detroit Lions in the Super Bowl?
Man, I so want to say Baltimore. I so want to say it, but it ain't. It's the Chiefs.
The Kansas City Chiefs, 3-1. They are your favorites.
Who's second?
The Baltimore Ravens,
it Baltimore?
plus 550. And you know what? That's who I'm going to take. I'm going to say that Lamar Jackson finally gets the monkey off his back, finally leads a team to some playoff wins and gets the job done. I like their defense. I think they've got one of the best coaches. So give me Baltimore. I've been suckered in before. They've got me before. And they'll probably get me again this year, but I'll take the Ravens. All right. Here it comes then, Rob. The Kansas City Chiefs against the Detroit Lions. We're in Los Angeles, California. That's where we are this year, right? No, New Orleans. We're in New Orleans. We're in Nolens, Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
The Chiefs, there's a bunch of people wearing red and yellow, and you look, and there's blue and silver.
Sad Chief fan. I'm taking Detroit.
Detroit
is your Super Bowl champion.
Against Mahomes?
I'm going to take it. I think that age is going to catch up to their tight end.
Well, I already know what Rob's stupid thing that he said.
That's
at the
it.
beginning.
I want stupid. I'm going to say Detroit. If they can get there, I think that at some point that Mahomes has an off night. At some point, Travis Kelce is not available. At some point, Andy Reid doesn't make the perfect call. At some point, it'll happen. And I think, it happens every 2 or 3 years. It happened a couple years ago, and I think it'll happen again this year. It'll probably be the 49ers that benefit, but I'm taking Detroit.
I will take the San Francisco 49ers to win the Super Bowl in a rematch of a couple years ago Super Bowl, Ravens-Niners, where that was the Harbaugh Bowl. But this time, I think the 49ers get the job done. Speaking of getting monkeys off their back, I think Kyle Shanahan is too good of a coach not to have a ring. I think he is the best coach in the world that does not have a ring. I think he gets it this year. So give me the 49ers 6-1.
6-1
to win the Super Bowl. Your Lions 12-1.
Well, what's the 6-1 after
that? Chiefs 5-1, Niners 6-1, Ravens 10-1, Lions 12-1. So both of our finalists are that's the top four. We're not going crazy. Beyond them, it's Bengals 13-1.
Of this group, who do you think would be the most likely?
Outside of our four?
Yeah, outside of the Bengals leading, and what do we got after this?
Bengals 13, Eagles 14, Texans and Bills 16, Packers 18, Jets 19, Cowboys 19, Dolphins 22, Rams and Falcons 30-1. I think the most likely it's either Cincinnati or Buffalo because they have the quarterbacks that I trust.
I think Cincinnati would be the most likely. And after that, though,
you don't even know Cincinnati making the playoffs.
I know, but I'm just of the we're out on a limb here, but of the possible Super Bowl runs, when the pieces are there for both Philadelphia and Cincinnati, it would be a shock to see Philly there. But of that next iteration, there's certainly more pieces, I think, in Philadelphia than Cincinnati, as far as they don't have quite the quarterback, but I think skill positions, they might be a little bit deeper.
Look at us going out on a limb, not picking the Chiefs. We're
man.
Vic, who do you like? You like the Chiefs?
Yeah, I like.
Yeah. Or you like the Cowboys to beat the Chiefs?
I don't have faith in the Cowboys yet.
What?
Yeah.
What kind of San Antonio Mexican are you?
An honest one.
What?
Yeah.
You honestly think the Cowboys aren't going to win the Super Bowl?
Yeah, because they don't want to play Deuce Vaughn.
That's an unbelievable statement that you don't believe.
What's more likely?
I've been believing for like 100 years since the last.
And you're
Super
done
Bowl.
believing.
Yeah.
That's how I got with the Bills.
Yeah.
I don't believe anymore.
Kansas City,
believe.
You don't believe? What's more likely or possible? A Kansas City regression or an utter surprise NFC contender? Is Kansas City so far ahead that it would be
no?
Okay.
Kansas City. The fact that I will say this, the fact that Kansas City won last year with the worst team that they've probably had in 4 or 5 years says a lot about them. Maybe they are recession proof. Like maybe they don't go into a downswing, but I just have to assume at some point. And you know what? The 1 year that somebody jumped up and got them when the Bengals did, it was like, hey, maybe that was the time. But it's tough. But there's too many quality teams in the AFC.
I keep thinking
for them to keep doing it.
And
in the NFC, like it just feels like the Niners are so much better than everyone else. But to me, anyway, in the AFC, I think the Ravens are just as good as the Chiefs on their best day, like the Ravens' best day, on the Bills' best day, the Bengals' best day, the Texans' best day, the Dolphins' best day. I think those teams can be as good as the Chiefs.
But after all this, after all the teams and all the players and all the other stuff, there's Pat Mahomes. You know what I mean? After everything else, and it took me forever to accept the fact that Tom Brady alone was better than anything anybody else could put together on a 53-man roster. And Mahomes is there. You know, he is. And at what point do I accept that? I'm not there yet, but
well, I mean, again, the whole world thinks they're going to. They're 5-1 to win the Super Bowl. That's a pretty low number.
And like you said, they will never get there with a less talented or prepared team than they did last year.
No, I mean, dude, what goes like the year that Andy Reid's son killed somebody? They're still making the Super. It's like.
Yeah, Kadarius Toney
didn't
dropping
kill him.
balls.
I guess he almost killed him.
You had wide receivers you didn't recognize. You had an upset defense that you can name one guy on that
Chris
defense.
Jones.
That's it. I can't name anybody else on that defense, and they still won it.
Yeah, I don't know how they do it, but you know what? I do know how they do it. It's Patrick Mahomes, and when you've got a guy like that, it changes it. The odds are stacked against everyone, much like they were with Brady. But you know what? Brady lost a few times too.
Yeah, he did.
And it's lost a couple times in the big game, lost a couple times before the big. He was the best, but being the best doesn't mean you win every year because that path gets tough. And you know what? I'll say this: if the Ravens or the Bills can somehow get home field advantage and make the Chiefs come to them in the playoffs, I think they've got a shot.
That's what it's going to take. It really will.
But if the road has to go through Kansas City, good luck. But again, that's why, San Francisco, they're going to play. They don't have to go to Kansas City to win the Super Bowl.
No, but you got to go through Kansas City to get there from the AFC. And I think that matters when you're already a good cold weather team with the best hot weather quarterback.
Yeah, no doubt. All right. Well, there you go. There's our extravagant. Oh, I guess we've got
some
we've
MVP
got some awards
and some defensive
players
of the year.
We'll do that on the other side.
Let's
It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Dr. Jacob Torres at the Institute for Functional Health is an interesting man to get to know. He's from San Antonio, did not initially become a physician, worked his way there through a variety of different things. He's a man who's driven by getting people to feel and live the best life that they can. And part of that, and it's a big part, but it's not the only part, is your weight. Now, so many things contribute to your weight, and a lot of it might be things that are completely out of your control. Hormonal issues, your biology, things that you were born with, your environment that you live in, some of the things that you had absolutely no idea that affected your weight, they do. And that's why Dr. Torres has been so successful, because he is the type that goes and looks for those underlying causes. When you go see Dr. Torres, you're going to see a practicing physician, not some kind of weight loss clinic. You're going to see a practicing doctor. So he will be treated that way. The tests that are required to find out exactly how you got to where you are, that's part of the process. So once they understand, you understand why you are living the way you are, why you feel that way, then addressing those problems gets that much easier. And that's why Dr. Torres, the Institute for Functional Health, have been so successful. So you owe it to yourself to go talk to him. Get to know him and why he's been so successful. He'll make time for you, whether it's on the phone at his beautiful office down there at McCullough or anything in between. Call him and get to know him. 210-468-1891 is the number. His website is iffhealth.com. Don't go there. Go through it. Ask yourself the hard questions, then go talk to Dr. Torres. Listen, if it's time for you to lose weight, if you've decided you want to feel better and you want to look good in fashionable clothes, Call Dr. Torres today. Before you know it, you're going to be in the right place. The number 468-1891. Call him today. Change your life. You can come by and thank me later.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Fall Golf Classic is back. Monday, September 30th at Olympia Hills Golf Club. Get your slot now. $120 per person or $400 per foursome. The Fall Golf Classic, benefiting San Antonio sports, is presented by the Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, sponsored in part by Jim Beam, PPL Motorhomes, Flight by Yingling, Tomalitos Mexican Restaurant. The Fall Golf Classic, happening Monday, September 30th. Sign up now at sasportstar.com.
It's football season, and you know the best place to watch games is at the Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road, with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. College, pro, the games are on at the Roo. And when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch the game. Just down from the big blind, the Roo Pub is next to the Angry Elephant at 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Hey, football fans, Michael Vick here. I had an advantage. My legs were a weapon. 6,109 rushing yards, still unbeaten records. That's why I bet at BetUS.com. They offer American sports bettors an advantage. The industry's biggest bonus, a 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits. And get expert picks and predictions on their very own BetUS TV. Take advantage. Join me online at BetUS Sportsbook and Casino. BetUS, where the game begins.
At Frost, some of our services sound too good to be true. Like the largest ATM network in Texas. Early payday, so direct deposits made to personal checking accounts are available up to 2 days earlier. Having a real live banker to talk to 24/7. Or that time a Frost banker gave a San Antonio restaurant her personal debit card number after a customer's card was mistakenly declined at his business dinner. True story. Frost. Exactly what you unexpected.
Make the Break Room on Pat Booker Road in Live Oak your football watching headquarters. The brand new Break Room has 17 TVs, brand new pool tables, dartboards, and even a putting green outside to enjoy while watching the games and hanging with friends. And the kitchen is always open during games. More than your average neighborhood bar, check out the Break Room at 8084 Pat Booker Road in Live Oak. Follow the Break Room Live Oak on social media for the latest specials and events. The Break Room, 8084 Pat Booker Road in Live Oak.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday morning at 11:30. The Aggies take on the McNeese Cowboys, presented by Ewald Kubota and the Angry Elephant. Pre-game at 10:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We are working an accident at 281 southbound at Bitters. It's got 2 right lanes getting by. This is that multi-vehicle accident. Still there. Traffic is stopped from Redland Road. On Loop 410 eastbound, Bandera Road, accident right lane, and downtown on 35, upper level northbound, that off-ramp to get onto Cesar Chavez. This wreck has the off-ramp partially blocked. It's causing a 25-minute delay. Stop and go from South Florida Street. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, let's give away some tickets to see Andrew Schultz. That's right, Andrew Schultz is going to be at the Majestic Theater, the Life Tour. That's September 12th, a week from tomorrow at the Majestic Theater. And you can get your tickets if you don't win them at livenation.com. And let's go with caller number 5. I like that caller 5. It seems easy.
Yeah. Just enough to rack the lines.
Yeah.
Reward the quick on the dial.
And you'll get to go see Andrew Schultz. And if you don't win, you can get your tickets at livenation.com. Caller 5, you'll go see Andrew Schultz, and you'll laugh.
He's a funny dude.
Funny dude. Funny man. All right. Let's look at some of these before we talk to Dr. Jason Garrett, who we will talk to here in a little bit, about the injuries, including Rob's devastating shoulder injury. Let's take a look at the awards markets. The MVP of the league. I'll give you. I'm going to give you I'll give you the top handful here. Mahomes is your favorite, plus 475. Shocker. C.J. Stroud 8-1. Josh Allen and Joe Burrow 9-1. Jalen Hurts 12-1. Jordan Love 14-1. Rodgers 18-1. Goff 20-1. Prescott, Lamar, Brock Purdy all 20-1. Tua 25-1. Who do you like?
I feel like we should be saying the MVP not named Mahomes. You know, because you feel like he's de facto.
Didn't win it last year.
But
had his worst statistical season, in fact, last year.
When was the last time we had a repeat?
Oh,
have we? I mean, it's probably been a minute, if ever.
Oh yeah, it's been a long time. Let's see. The last time there was a repeat back-to-back year. Oh, Aaron Rodgers, 20 and 21. And before that, you have to go back to 08-09 Manning.
Well, I'm going to say it's going to happen again.
Lamar again?
I think Lamar Jackson is playing for the best coach in football, but more importantly, he's the best regular season coach in football.
Okay.
He coaches to win games, not anything else. He will do things to win a game that's counter to his game plan. And I think Lamar Jackson is the ultimate chess piece because he is so accurate and because he can run so well. I think he's odds on, and I'm going to take him for your MVP.
Congrats to Jacob Lopez, by the way. He's the winner. I don't think they're going to give it to him back to back. I think Lamar, I think people were mad that Lamar got it last year.
Yeah, I think there's something to it.
I think a lot of people thought there were more deserving candidates, including Dak Prescott. I'm going to go with, and I don't think this is going to lead to
I hope you're going to say who I think
playoff success, but I'm going to go with Josh Allen.
Oh, that's not where I thought you were going.
Because I think if the Bills win the AFC East, which I think they will, it is going to be a Herculean effort from Josh Allen because it's just a bunch of just guys there with him. He is going to have to put that team on his back and carry them. It's like Dalton Kincaid. It's there's no skill position players there that are like, wow. So there's no Stephon Diggs anymore. There's no brand name players on his team. So if that offense is good again, which I think it will be, because I think Josh is that good, I think he's going to win that. And also, I mean, he's going to have the rushing yards as well. I think his legs are going to be a major factor this season. Has to be.
What do you see as the odds? I have him at plus 850.
9-1 is what I see here. I think around there. Yeah. The other guy I could see is sort of a dark horse is Jordan Love.
Yeah. If Green Bay does anything, he'll certainly be the culprit.
Yeah. And I think you could say the same thing about Jared Goff.
What
if
about
somehow the Lions are in there 20-1?
Can Brock Purdy be perfectly above average and get it?
I don't think so. I think that people, because I thought last year he was worthy of the conversation, but
too much around him, right?
Yeah, he's probably the fourth or fifth best player on his team, which that's not a knock because there's a lot of great players on that team. But that team goes as Christian McCaffrey
goes. It's not about the best player. It's about the most valuable one. I say that, but it's true. It's about the best player. But if it
was like, how good are you compared to your salary? There's no question
that
he's
goes
the most valuable.
But, there should be an award for the dude that is put in the situation that should be successful, and it still is, because it's so difficult to orchestrate a successful year and to do it with these disparate characters of Debo and now Ayuk, and you got McCaffrey behind you, and you've got Kittle over there, and all of them need to be happy, and all of them need to have all pro seasons. All of them are always open, and in the huddle, you're handling that play after play after play. There should be an award for a dude that just does that.
Yeah. Offensive Rookie of the Year. I'm going to go with Bo Nix at 10-1. I think that I said this a couple segments ago during the extravaganza. I think the Broncos are going to surprise some people. I don't think they'll make the playoffs, but I think they're going to win 8 or 9 games, and people are going to look at Bo Nix and go, "Man, this dude really fit the mold for what Sean Payton needs," and he's the reason why the the Broncos aren't embarrassing. So give me Bo Nix 10-1 to win offensive rookie of the
Man,
year.
I'm a victim of hard knocks.
You're going
I'm
Caleb
going to
Williams.
go Caleb. I went into it doubting this guy. I thought he had a little squeaky high voice and would cry at the top of,
Painted nails.
all this kind of stuff. Watching him, he's a realistic dude. He's a leader of men, and he can sling it. I'm going to go with Caleb.
Okay, he is plus
But
135.
let me give you a low Xavier Worthy in Kansas City. He could be the next Tyreek Hill.
You know what? If he can catch the freaking ball, because he's
Give him
going to
some
run
gloves.
past a lot of people.
Give him some of them glue gloves.
He's going to run past a lot of people. Defensive rookie of the year is a little tougher to call.
I don't know enough to pick. I don't know.
All right. Yeah.
I honestly don't know. If it was the year before, I'd have just picked who's the Georgia guy. Pick one of the Georgia dudes. This year, Dallas Turner, maybe. I don't know.
I think Jared Verse as a pass rusher. The guys who, Dallas Turner's a good one too. If you're going to have stats, you're going to get sacks. That's how you get the.
I don't know.
All right, we'll do the rest here in a moment. But let's go to the Buyers Barricade guest line. Join us now on the guest line from Arasti is Dr. Jason Garrett. Hello, Dr. Garrett.
How's it going, guys?
We're doing great. Well, I'm doing great, and I'm going to let Rob have the first question here because he's in agony.
As I
Doc.
head toward my 59th birthday, Doc. Yesterday, I'm opening the car door with my left arm. Go to push it. Something pops in my shoulder, just pushing a door open. And now I don't know how would you describe this motion, AJ?
Like he puts his hand up.
Like
and
I'm taking the pledge. Putting my hand up like I'm putting my hand on the Bible and
he's
swearing
like
to sell the truth.
He's like the cat in a Chinese food restaurant. The cat that waves at you. His hand goes up and then down out in front of him.
God, let's say if I was waving like to you, but I wasn't bending my wrist on my left shoulder. What is that, and why does it hurt so terribly bad when I do it?
Old age. Wow. Yeah, I mean, it could be some wear and tear that finally just gave away. If you felt a pop or
I
you
did.
felt something kind of retract, did you
It
feel
popped.
anything in your shoulder, like kind of almost like a tendon ripping off the bone?
It didn't feel like anything ripping, but certainly something popped. And it's a motion that if I do it, it really hurts. But if I don't do it, I don't feel any pain at all.
All right, if you put your hands straight out in front of you with your palm up and raise your arm, does that hurt?
No. But my
straight,
palm
like
down
this,
does
like this.
hurt.
No,
You gotta go like this, straight.
Yeah, straighten your arm. Yeah.
No, it
All
does
right,
not.
if you then pretend you're holding your arm straight out in front of you
Uh-huh.
and you have a beer can in it, right? Like a beer can.
Uh-huh.
And now empty that beer can. So turn it upside down
Uh-huh.
and try to raise your arm. out
No,
like
that
a
hurts. That hurts.
Okay. It sounds like, and again, without an actual physical examination, it's hard to say that you at least strained your supraspinatus, one of your rotator cuff tendons. It could be that, could be your bicep tendon, but if it's that painful to move and you didn't have a traumatic event,
Yeah.
that means you probably have somewhat of a significant injury and you probably should get that checked out. If it doesn't get significantly better in the next 48 hours, then come see me on Monday.
I have a feeling I'm
Figure
coming
out
to
if
see you,
it's
Doc.
fixable. And if it's not fixable, then we'll get you to, the appropriate orthopedic surgeon. Hopefully not, though.
Yay. All right.
Kyle Tucker's been gone forever. He had what they called a shin contusion, and now they're admitting that he had a fractured shin after fouling a ball off his right leg back in early June. He still isn't back. So there was a fracture in his shin. It doesn't seem like that should be a bone, especially if it wasn't like a full break. It doesn't seem like it should have taken this long to heal. What's the healing process for something like that?
Well, there's the lining of the bone called periosteum is extremely sensitive and it takes a long time to heal. So even if you didn't break the bone in half, which sometimes is more predictable, if you damage that periosteum and there was some micro fractures or like an impaction fracture, sometimes that doesn't show up on x-ray. So they think it's a contusion and then they don't treat it appropriately. So it takes forever to heal because they keep on putting pressure on it and it doesn't allow the bone to fully recalcify. So if that's the case, it's probably taking longer than usual because they didn't recognize it as a fracture. Sometimes those don't show up on x-ray for a good 2 to 3 weeks after the injury. You see like a little bone callus formation when it's a minor fracture. So it's not that they did anything wrong. It's an unusual injury and they probably just missed it and it's taking a little bit longer to heal than usual.
What's the treatment for that other than rest?
Mostly rest. They do have these things called bone stimulators where they can put it on there and it encourages the bone to lay more calcium down a little bit faster. But yeah, you don't want to put a lot of pressure on it. You don't want to touch it. Just leave it alone. Let your body heal it. The body does a great job of healing fractures, especially if it's not displaced. Then just let it alone. It usually heals stronger than it was before.
So, yeah, that was the other one I was going to ask. I wasn't sure if that was a wives' tale or not. So it does heal better or thicker or stronger than it was before?
Yeah, sometimes, depending where the fracture is, because what happens is you get what's called osteoblastic, osteoclastic. So the little bone cells, they go in there and they remodel it. And when there's an area of damage, it tells your body signals that, hey, we need to do a little repair here. And so it actually creates sometimes a better structure for a short period of time. It eventually evens out, but for a while, you might actually have a stronger bone with more calcium there.
Wow.
Elijah Mitchell, running back for the 49ers, has a hamstring injury, and they've already said he's on season-ending IR with a hamstring injury. I mean, they're not saying he's going to have surgery, but that just seems like when I hear hamstring injury, I think, oh, that's a short-term thing. But they're like, no, he ain't playing at all this year. How bad of a hamstring injury must it be for them to rule him out already?
Yeah, he must have actually torn fibers off of the bone or had a pretty significant tear within the muscle itself, because even a pretty bad tear in a hamstring and definitely a bad pull, you're looking at worst case scenario 6 to 8 weeks, which would put him back in the season. Probably more likely 4 to 6 on the conservative side, maybe even 2 to 4 if you get aggressive good treatment in there. So he must have a pretty serious tear where something's ripped off the bone or the muscle is ripped on the inside, and it's just going to take a good 6 months to heal up.
This is a little bit off of the normal sports medicine rehab list, but Ricky Pearsall with the 49ers was shot. When you're dealing with that kind of catastrophic injury and you're having to deal with all of the muscles and everything that goes along with it, what's the process there? I mean, how healed do you have to be from the wound before you can even begin to get the, that surrounding area back into, game shape?
Yeah, if it just kind of grazed the muscle or damaged the muscle, it's going to heal pretty well in 6 to 8 weeks. It'll probably be fine. He'll make a full recovery. He'll have some scar tissue, and it'll look a little bit funny. But I think it went through his chest and exited out his back. Means it probably hit some ribs, might have hit a little bit of lung tissue, probably hit some of the shoulder and back muscles, which now it's potentially more significant. So if it damaged some of the tendons on the back side of the shoulder, if it damaged some of the tendons on the front side of the shoulder, it could be a significant injury that holds him out for quite a while. I think it was his right side too. I don't know if he's right-handed, but that also could be a little worse for making a full comeback.
That is Dr. Jason Garrett from Arasti. Appreciate the time, Doc. We'll talk to you next
Doc.
week.
All right, thanks, guys.
All guests appear via the Buyers Barricade Yes line. Buyers Barricades provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond. Online at buyersbarricades.com.
I can't drink a beer or pour it out, AJ.
Well, I guess you have to drink the whole thing. Yeah,
Did you hear the diagnosis?
You didn't have any problem like this.
Well, I did, but at least I can't
Just
pour it
don't
out.
pour it out.
Don't pour it out.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Back to our extravaganza. Coach of the year, Rob. Now, this is an interesting market because it's not always like the likelihood that Andy Reid is going to be coach of the year is slim because these guys who have, the highest expectations, they don't win because they're supposed to win. Who do you think is going to do the most with the least? And then in a minute, I'm going to tell you who has the longest shot to be the coach of the year, and it might surprise you.
I'm going to go with DeMeco Ryans.
DeMeco Ryans 14-1 to be coach of the year. He is the 6th favorite.
Better than I thought.
I'm going to go torn. I've got 2 guys who are 20-1. And it's the 2 guys that I talked about who I think are going to exceed expectations but not make the playoffs, Sean Payton and Kevin O'Connell. I think I'm going to go with Kevin O'Connell. I'm going to say Kevin O'Connell gets to like 8 or 9 wins with Sam Darnold at quarterback, which is going to be a miracle of God. And they're going to go, you know what, Kevin O'Connell, you were supposed to win 4 games with Sam Darnold, but you really showed us. You really showed us how it's done. So Kevin O'Connell, 20-1 will be mine.
Because it's a regular season award.
Yeah. There are 3 coaches who are 75-1, and I think they're all 75-1 for different reasons. Kevin Stefanski, 75-1, which, man, if the Browns really make some noise, I guess Kevin Stefanski's already won it once.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why. Todd Bowles is 75-1.
No way in hell Todd Bowles is winning anything.
Mike McCarthy, 75-1.
Why is it so outlandish for us to go that Dak Prescott can have an FU MVP kind of year, but McCarthy is 75-1?
I don't get it. That's a head scratcher to me because it's not like the Cowboys are looked at like the Chiefs or the Ravens. Is like Andy Reid and John Harbaugh are 60-1. Sean McDermott's 55-1 because those guys,
they're treating them like the team's already great. You just got to roll the ball out.
The Cowboys aren't those. The Cowboys are a team that, like, I mean, people think they're going to be good, but why would he be 75-1?
Coaching in the middle of a 3-ring circus that is literally on fire. That's every day.
Yeah, I think there might be value on that number, actually. It sounds crazy, but you know, if the Cowboys win that division, if the Cowboys go 11-6, 12-5, I think McCarthy's he's gonna deserve some credit. He'll
deserve it. He'll never get it.
He'll never get it. But man, 75-1. That's impressive. Comeback player of the year. I'm going to give you some choices here.
Yeah, I'm going to need some help on this one.
Aaron Rodgers is your favorite at plus 140. Joe Burrow 3-1. Kirk Cousins 5-1. Anthony Richards 7-1. Sam Darnold and Nick Chubb are 12-1. Kyler Murray and Daniel Jones are 20-1.
Wow.
Russell Wilson is 35-1. Deshaun Watson is 40-1.
All good candidates.
I think so, too.
All of them. Oh, man. For things to happen, well, obviously, Aaron, for things to happen the way I want them to happen, it would be Aaron because of all of that.
Not me. I hope he's out for the season.
And I think a lot of the types that would vote feel the same way. Like, how can you be a comeback?
Nobody wants to vote anything for him.
Give me the list again. Because
Rodgers, Burrow, Cousins.
I'm going to go Cousins. I think either Cousins or Darnold, I think, have the best storylines behind them. But Cousins will have more help to do it.
Yeah.
And Darnold has to do everything with that giant head of his. I'm going to go with Sam Darnold. I like your storyline here. I think a successful Viking year and the emergence finally of Sam Darnold after 4 stops.
I'm going to go with Kirk Cousins at 5-1 just because I think Atlanta's going to win the division.
And he's got a lot of weapons.
He does, and he's coming back from a catastrophic injury. And I think I know people aren't talking about this, but I think Kirk Cousins' Achilles tear is more significant than Rodgers because Cousins is on his plant foot, like his drive foot, not his landing foot. And I feel like that's a big difference. So if Kirk Cousins comes back and plays well, I think he's the guy. So give me Kirk Cousins 5-1 as comeback player of the year. And that concludes it, friends. That's it for our NFL extravaganza. Thank you for being a part of it.
I think we nailed it.
There you go. All right, 1 hour to go in the show. And, oh, my gosh, and then one more sleep. And it's NFL Thursday. Yes. We'll be back. It's Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Riding the work with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. It's the Morning Huddle, KTFM Floresville. 1, 2, 3, Cowboys! South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday afternoon at 3:25. The Cowboys start the regular season on the road in Cleveland, taking on the Browns.
I like this kind of party.
Pre-game starts at 2:30. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota.
How about you, Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Our Labor Day savings start now at Lowe's. Right now, buy one, get one free on Valspar Reserve or HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams Infinity or Showcase Interior Paint via Lowe's gift card rebate. Whether you're painting one accent wall or want to freshen up a whole room, we've got you covered. Because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows home improvement. More terms and restrictions apply. See Lowe's.com/rebates for details. Valid through 9/4.
Imagine owning a piece of Texas coastal waterfront property. Your dream can become a reality Saturday, September 14th at the grand opening of Texas's newest waterfront community off of Matagorda Bay. You can own land on a waterfront peninsula starting at $59.9. That's right, only $59.9. This ag-exempt waterfront community has world-class saltwater fishing, stunning panoramic water views, a sparkling pool, private cabana, dog park, a fishing pier, boat ramp, boat and RV storage, and much more. Plus, enjoy peace of mind with paved roads and underground utilities. Coastal waterfront property, starting at just $59.9. This is a one-day event, Saturday, September 14th, and it's by appointment only. Call 210-853-0389. Call now to schedule your VIP tour at 210-853-0389. That's 210-853-0389. Don't miss this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. 210-853-0389.
Hey, football fans, Michael Vick here. They say I transformed the quarterback position. The fastest ever, the strongest arm, the most rushing yards. They call me a game changer. I say BetUS.com changed the sports betting game. It started 30 years ago with the industry's biggest bonuses, and they haven't stopped. This football season, get a 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits. Join me at BetUS Online Sportsbook and Casino, BetUS, where the game begins.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Diego.
Hi, Diego. It's Jennifer Coolidge. I just want to say your cashback match makes me feel so special. It really inspired me.
That's great. Doubling the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year is what we do.
Well, I'm doubling everything now. Double dating, double dipping, double feature, double header, double whammy. Basically double or nothing.
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
Hi, this is Joe Reinagel for my friends at Stevens Roofing, your local roofer. Summer is here, and that means long, hot days for everyone and everything, including your roof. Our hot Texas sun pounding down can degrade and age your roof. So for residential or commercial service, you need a reliable roofer you can trust and afford. That's Stevens Roofing. Online at stevensroofing.net or call them at 210-785-0994. That's 210-785-0994 for Stevens Roofing.
Awesome Tickets is your personal ticket broker. Big games, big concerts, big events. Need tickets? Stay local and call Awesome Tickets. Stop paying all those crazy fees on ticket apps. Awesome Tickets has your tickets for all the sports, concerts, any city, any event. Avoid the ticket app fees. Since 1994, Awesome Tickets is local and veteran-owned. You deserve Awesome Tickets. Call 210-226-5136 or online at awesometix.com. That's awesometix.com.
Made in America, highest quality. That's Connecticut Quality Water Softeners. There's a reason Dave Ramsey says a Connecticut is a wise investment for your home.
Trust me, Connecticut water systems are the best of the best. I personally have one in my home. All those other water softener systems out there are junk in comparison. Connecticut uses less water and runs on kinetic energy.
So there's no computer to break, fewer moving parts, and it works only when you need it.
It was even voted most efficient water softener in the world by the Water Quality Association.
A Connecticut is made right here in America, has the best warranty in the industry, and is the wise investment for your home. Plus, you can try a Connecticut water system for 90 days absolutely free with no contract.
Call Connecticut of San Antonio at 210-656-PURE.
Check them out at ConnecticutSA.com and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
ConnecticutSA.com.
Hi, this is Congressman Joaquin Castro. Here in Military City, USA, we're proud to stand by our veterans. Every year, my office is honored to help San Antonio veterans and military families with delayed benefits, claims, and service questions. Just know that if you need a hand, we're here for you. Call 210-348-8216 or visit castro.house.gov/help to learn more. Paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We are working an accident at 281 southbound at Bitters. It's got 2 right lanes getting by. This is that multi-vehicle accident. Still there. Traffic is stopped from Redland Road. On Loop 410 eastbound, Bandera Road, accident right lane. And downtown on 35, upper level northbound, that off ramp to get onto Cesar Chavez. This wreck has the off-ramp partially blocked. It's causing a 25-minute delay. Stop and go from South Florida Street. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Fall Golf Classic is back. Monday, September 30th at Olympia Hills Golf Club. Get your slot now. $120 per person or $400 per foursome. The Fall Golf Classic, benefiting San Antonio sports, is presented by the Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Jungla, sponsored in part by Jim Beam, PPL Motorhomes, Flight by Yingling, Tomalitos Mexican Restaurant. The Fall Golf Classic happening Monday, September 30th. Sign up now at sasportstar.com. San Antonio Sports Center.
Dallas Cowboys have waived defensive end Yami Faholko off the injured reserve with an injury settlement. They also waived wide receiver David Gurdon. AB Top 25 was released. Georgia, Ohio State, Texas, Alabama, Notre Dame for your top 5. Texas opponent Michigan is at number 10. I'm Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday morning at 11:30. The Aggies take on the McNeese Cowboys, presented by Ewald Kubota and the Angry Elephant. Pre-game at 10:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Yes, sir. Big news for you guys. I'm going to tell you two things right now. One is the 20th ranked Aggies, well, the formerly 20th ranked Aggies.
Yes.
Whoops. But they returned to action in College Station Saturday, welcoming in the McNeese State Cowboys into Kyle Field. Good basketball program there in McNeese. And they got Will Wade coaching them there.
Yeah, yeah. He'll run a clean program if you don't have any money.
Now that NIL's legal, he's an excellent recruiter.
And Frank Wilson, former UTSA head coaching them.
Okay.
McNeese. So you
can catch that game here on your South Texas home for the Texas A&M Aggies. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star starts at 10:30 Saturday morning with the pregame. Kickoff at 11:30, brought to you by Ewald Kubota and the Angry Elephant. And if you want to see the Blitz, you can see them Thursday at the Roo Pub or Monday. Join them for the first Monday night game of the year at Fair Oaks Roost with Flight by Yingling.
Fair Oaks Roost, a new destination.
I've never been there. You can register for your chance to win 2 passes to the ultimate Bill Bates tailgate party and 2 tickets to the Dallas Nolans game. That's this Monday at the Fair Oaks Roost from 2 to 6 p.m.
So I'm guessing that's out by Fair Oaks.
That seems like a good place to put it.
The appropriate place.
And I got to give one more set of tickets away. Justin Furstenfeld. Help me out with this, Justin Furstenfeld. Who is this, Vic? Is he from Blue October?
Yeah, he's from Blue October.
Is he the singer?
Believe so.
Did Blue October break up? Are they?
Did I miss that headline?
Oh, no.
I mean, the band was in turmoil and I had no idea.
Not Blue October. To Blue October?
That's it. Yeah, he's, let's see.
Or is this just his side project, his side hustle?
That's probably a side hustle. I don't see anything here yet.
Okay. You want to go see Justin Furstenfeld of Blue October. This is December 13th. Wow, we're getting way ahead of this thing.
Yeah.
See him at the Aztec Theater. Get your tickets if you don't win at livenation.com.
What's their hit? Hate Me? Is that the big one?
Hate Me Today.
Is that it?
I think so. I don't know, though. I'm not sure. If you don't win, you can get your tickets at livenation.com. How about this? Let me look up Blue October here. And I'm going to make sure that they've got the same hit songs that I thought they had.
Dude with the eyeliner, right?
It is Hate Me. That's their big hit song. Are you playing some tunes?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, yeah. That's what they sound like. They're from Houston, I know. He must be doing like a little side hustle thing.
Yeah. Not that I missed Blue October.
Well,
not that I thought they were gone. But
let's do this. Let's go to the Brigade Bar.
Ooh.
And I'm going to go with, okay, here's the deal. Because they had a bunch of albums that you've probably never heard of them on before. But
think so?
Yeah, they before then they released an album that went platinum. Like it was certified platinum. The first album they put out the first album that really they had a success with, and that's in 2006. So the first person on the Brigade Bar to come up with the name of that album that they released in 2006. Their first, I think that Hate Me was on it. In fact, I'm going to check that right now. And it was. The album that Hate Me was on. And you, friend, are going to go see Justin at the at the Aztec Theater in December. It's gonna be a while. You're gonna have to wait.
Be like a
but
Christmas gift.
First person on the Brigade Bar to post that up. Oh, and there it is. Keep it sportsy. What a guy.
Well done.
That's a Houston guy right there.
Right there.
That's a Houston guy. I can tell. Keep it sportsy.
Yeah, you got to call in.
Yeah, call in. The call-in number, which I always forget, 210-656-ESPN. Keep it sportsy. Foiled is the answer to that trivia question. You're not going to believe what I'm going to play you right now.
I refuse to.
This is audio of the quarterback for your fighting Texas A&M Aggies. Here's what he had to say about the Notre Dame game.
I take it back to my baseball days. So what, next pitch? I mean, that's how I've always approached any sport I play. Like I told my teammates this morning, point blank period, I have to be better. I mean, there's no excuses for how I played. I don't back down from anything. I'll face it head on. I'll be the first one to tell you I didn't play the way I'm supposed to play. And point blank period, I got to be better. Back healthy, I felt like I've been a leader in that locker room, and everyone looks to me, and I take that with a sense of pride, and I feel that responsibility, and I hold that responsibility near and dear to my heart, and I got to be that guy. And like I told him this morning, I'm going to step up. I don't let one game define me who I am as a person. I don't let one game define me who I am as a player, and you got to go and bounce back, show up to work today, and let's go.
What else are you going to say?
Well, I mean, listen, the fact that he's saying I'm taking responsibility for it, I'll take that because he stunk out loud.
I'll tell you what, first of all, that's a 20-year-old kid standing in front of a bunch of men and fans that are furious with him, that have wished him ill, his family, and his health ill.
Aggies don't do that, do they?
Well, I mean, yeah.
You guys were better than that.
But first of all, what a tough day he had. But I would like to hear Colin Klein, offensive
I
coordinator,
wouldn't mind hearing that
come
either.
out and describe to me, at what point did you realize your quarterback ain't living up to what you thought he was going to be? That's one question. Question two is, what did you do about it? Because it didn't appear you tried to do anything different, but only throw 5-yard outs.
Yeah, Optimus Klein.
So, I posed this yesterday. I don't know what you do. Do you use these next couple of weeks to build up his, damaged psyche and reestablish or reevaluate what the plan was? Or do you use the 2 weeks to prep the young guy, the next quarterback, knowing full well you've got a healthy starter waiting to see? Saban did it with Milroe last year, obviously later in the season. Went back to him after he sat and watched for a game to kind of see what he was missing, and it worked. It might be too soon. I can tell you this. I think he's a good kid. I do. I think he's going to try hard, but, first impressions, I just don't think he's got what Aggie fan is looking for this year. I just don't think it's going to happen.
Mike Elko kind of lost it on Optimus Klein on the sideline when he said Elko had accepted that they lost. They were down 10 and they had Connor Wegman throw.
Run the effing ball.
Yeah. Tell him to run the ball, run the bleeping ball. And then they ran the clock out after that. But Colin Klein, I get what he's doing. He's trying to give the kid some confidence, maybe, but it sounds like Mike Elko was like, it ain't getting any better.
Let's get the hell out of here.
Yeah. Let's get him better in practice.
I know that the kid can spin it. I've seen him do it. But there's front running spinning, and then there's spinning it when you're in trouble. And that gulf is huge, even when you haven't had a game like you had against Notre Dame. The comeback on this is going to be so difficult because there's other things in play here. I think we realize as Aggie fan that these wide receivers, the loss of Evan Stewart is devastating, that some of these young kids weren't quite there. Mush Muhammad, who's been there forever, still can't find his way on the field. The tight end, which we thought was going to be a weapon, we saw it used once or twice, still wasn't there. A lot of it could have been Notre Dame, but I think a lot of it lands squarely on the offensive plan and the offensive coordinator. And I think that, unfortunately, Wegman is going to be a victim of circumstances that might be beyond his control.
Let's also remember that the games that he did play last year, he played against New Mexico and looked real good against New Mexico.
Front running. He can spin it against a good team.
Played real good against Louisiana Monroe. Against Miami, a game they got thumped in.
He got hurt.
No, that wasn't the game he got hurt.
Well, he did get banged up. He came back. That wasn't a season ending, but he did get hurt.
That is a game that he threw a couple picks.
He looked awful.
And then in the Auburn game, the game that he did get hurt, his QBR in that game before he got hurt was 22.6. He was not playing well when he got hurt. So, yeah, you've seen him do it to some crumb bum teams, but he's yet to really put on a show against a quality football team. And you've said it. There's going to be some quality stuff on this schedule, and throwing a couple picks, and he just did not look like what he was advertised in week one. So,
and it was a get to know you game. Granted, new coach, new facility, new for the coaches and the assistants, and it's been a year since he played. Basically, I'm not going to hold it all against him, but what I did see was a less than ingenuitive offense. I didn't see anything creative to kind of help and save your quarterback, other than keep throwing it short.
There was a little more there was a lot more motion than they had in the Jimbo era.
You can't at least he was able to see if they were disguising a zone. At the very least, they were running a little bit of motion, but even then, we'll see. With the center out, I don't know if they're going to need to see a little bit more mobility, and Jalen Henderson provides a little bit of that. I don't know what to make of what Klein's trying to do, so I want to withhold judgment, but I can tell you that it feels like we've got a quarterback here that when in situations of distress, he just doesn't have it yet to lift us out of it. And doesn't mean it won't come, but do we want to wait?
I think eventually, when you're not playing Notre Dame anyway, you're going to have more success running the football than they did. And that should lead to him being a little bit better.
Because they're not going to always have that success. The other SEC defenses are going to be as tougher against the run than Notre Dame was. So, yeah, it's going to be a tough one for a kid that expectations were probably higher than they should have been.
Should be a good bounce back spot for him this week, though, against McNeese State. Should build some confidence. All right.
Yeah, you don't have to score 50 points. Just don't throw any interceptions. Do everything right.
We'll hit some non-sportsy stuff on the other side, and then at 9:30 we'll do what we do with the daily lines. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Those that live in pain live a terribly slow and difficult life. Those of you that are waking up every day limping, unable to reach something on the top counter, can't bend over to tie your shoes, got to sit down to tie them, can't find things because you can't lift your arm over your shoulder. You can fix that. If you're living in pain, don't. We all reach a point where you just can't do it anymore, and that's when you call a doctor. You should do it from the beginning. Something's bothering you, call a Rosti. Rosti providers are all around San Antonio. You don't need a referral, so you can make an instant appointment, and they take care of business fast. On average, 4 visits gets their patients back in the game, healthy and ready to go. So if you are dealing with a soft tissue injury, a sprain or a strain, maybe it's frozen shoulder, bad lower back, maybe it's the tension headaches that hit you right in the nose, plantar fasciitis, and a variety of other things, can be fixed remarkably quick with Arosty. And they don't use medication to hide or dull the pain or hide the symptoms. It's certainly not about surgery to prolong it. It's your body fixing itself, and let me tell you, it works. So what are you waiting on? The way you find your local provider, you can go to the website, arosty.com. I bet there is a provider less than 10 minutes from where you are right now. Listen close. You don't have to live in pain. Call Arosty. They're going to get you taken care of. They're going to get you taken care of fast. And when they do, you can come by and you can thank me later.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up today on The Blitz, Joe Reinagle returns from his vacation, and we'll talk some Texas Longhorns football with Bob Ballou from KIN Austin. Longhorns look dominant in their opener. They've got Michigan this week. Plus, we'll get the latest on the Dallas Cowboys with RJ Ochoa from Blogging the Boys at 4:35. The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Has a loved one died and left you an old car to sell? GiveMeTheVin.com has just launched the new service, GMTVCC.com. Write this down, GMTVCC.com, which is Give Me the VIN classic and collector car buying service. GMTVCC.com will hook you up with GMTVCC Pro buyers that will appraise and offer on that 69 Chevelle, old Corvette, old truck, and especially Restomods. We love Restomods at GMTVCC.com. Don't mess with consignments or auctions. Get paid today on your classic or collector car at GMTVCC.com.
I'm at a smoothie bar asking people if they'd switch smoothies with me for $574.
Oh, I'll switch.
So what about $574 if you switch your home insurance to Allstate?
That's a headache.
Nope, it's painless.
Oh, so it's easy money.
Yep, check Allstate first and you could save hundreds on quality home insurance today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.
Wake up. Breakfast. And Nature Made vitamins. Whatever your morning sounds like, Nature Made fits right in. Whether you're looking for vitamin C or a multivitamin to get key nutrients, we've got you covered. Now that's a good morning. We take care of you so you can take on your day. Start your day with Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand. Based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
Now your ideas don't have to wait. Now they have everything they need to come to life. Dell Technologies and Intel are creating technology that loves ideas, loves expanding your business, evolving your passions. We push what technology can do, so great ideas can happen right now. Find out how to bring your ideas to life at Dell.com. Welcome to Now.
Am I crazy, or has real estate gotten out of control lately? Between guaranteed cash offer programs and new laws about agent commissions, it's so confusing. What's not confusing is paying someone a low flat fee to sell your house. And that's where Listing Spark comes in. Listing Spark is Texas' flat fee real estate company. Flat fee selling is sweeping the nation because it takes less time and it keeps more money in your pocket. In fact, professional real estate investors and flippers have been using Listing Spark for years. With Listing Spark, you don't pay hefty agent commissions, and you don't leave money on the table with a guaranteed cash offer program. In other words, if you have a house worth $400,000, you actually sell it for $400,000, and you don't pay $24,000 in agent commissions. Doesn't that sound better? And get this, if you get started today with Listing Spark, you can list with a local brokerage for as low as $395. Call 800-MLS-LIST or go to listingspark.com. That's listingspark.com. Listing Spark. Thousands of Texan homeowners agree. Selling's better with a low flat fee.
This September, Diamonds Direct's ultimate offer is back. Stronger than ever. Diamonds Direct helps you get the perfect jewelry gift with 0% interest. That's right. Enjoy 5 years of 0% financing on any Diamonds Direct purchase. It's your chance to get her the perfect ring with 0 interest and comfortable monthly payments that fit your budget. But act fast. This offer ends September 30th. For details and more, visit diamondsdirect.com. Spread your payments over 5 years with 0 interest on approved credit. Only at Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion.
Hey, it's Rob Thompson here for Prize Picks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. I'm one of 5 million active members. I play every day because you know why? It's the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports because I get to use my knowledge and apply it to win some serious money. And as a player, they invented FlexPay, which means you can still cash out if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if your pick don't hit. You can win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with just a simple 4 correct picks. It is that easy to play. You can have fun. It's simple. It's a great playing experience, and you can use your knowledge. How well is Tyreek Hill going to do this week? How is Dak Prescott going to play? If you know, you go play. It's Prize Picks. Download the Prize Picks app today and use the code Alamo and get $50 instantly when you play. That's code Alamo on Prize Picks. You get $50 instantly when you play just $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks. Run your game.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
You're locked on the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's showtime.
All right. Well, a lot of football we've had today. A lot of football. And we're going to have a lot more to come.
Finally.
It's finally here.
Yeah.
But, there's also some other stuff going on in the world that's worth discussing.
Baseball?
Well, that I guess we'll do that in a little bit. But I was thinking more of just nonsense that has nothing to do with the world of sports.
Important stuff.
But in the important stuff in life. Seminole County, Florida.
I've lived there.
Have you?
I've spent some time in Seminole County.
You know what I've done before? I went to the Buc-ee's once in Luling. I was with my brother, and we probably got about to Seguin. And I said, "Where's my phone?"
Oh no.
And I realized I'd left my phone in the crapper at Buc-ee's. I told the story last week of when my mom left her wallet in the crapper at Buc-ee's, and it was there. Like somebody turned it in and didn't even take the cash out of it. What? Yeah, incredible. I went back, and I know people had gone in and out of there because there was a line of people waiting to use them.
Yeah.
And my phone was still there. They left it right where it was. Wow. So, yeah. Now, a Seminole County deputy they don't have Buc-ee's in Florida. He went to a racetrack, the racetrack gas station, not like an actual racetrack.
They'll take it there.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
Well, what if you, instead of leaving your phone or your wallet behind, what if you were a deputy and you left your gun and your gun belt in the crapper? Do you think they'd take that?
I would like to think no, but
he took his gun belt off and put it over the railing while he was on his cell phone. And when he finished, he put his gun belt back on, left the store, and responded to a call. And eventually noticed my gun's no longer in the gun belt. That's weird. The missing firearm, a Sig Sauer P320. Damari Dennis found the gun in the restroom. At some point, the gun was sticking out of a toilet paper roll. So it must have fallen, and he didn't hear it hit because it hit the toilet paper roll.
Okay.
Now, Dennis didn't want to touch the gun because he's a convicted felon and he's on probation.
Wise move.
But his buddy, Chance Bryan, was with him, and he left with a noticeable bulge showing on the front of his waist. And when they caught up with the guy, unfortunately, the gun had been sold already for $40 via Cash App.
40.
Both men face multiple charges, including grand theft of a firearm. Dennis also faces a charge of possession of a weapon by a convicted felony. The gun was recovered, but the deputy's likely to face a review by the Professional Standards Division. Here's my thought, though, on this. Grand theft of a firearm, what happened to finders keepers?
Well, there is that.
And If the guy said, I didn't touch the gun because I'm on probation, my buddy took it.
Right. So why is he getting charged?
You can't charge him of having a weapon for being a convicted felon. He didn't do anything. I feel like the cop is the one who should be in trouble here.
Yep.
Keep track of your firearm, Bubba. It's just my thought.
So left the whole holster,
No.
everything.
He took his gun belt off with the gun in it when he was pooping.
He took the belt and left the gun.
Yeah, the gun fell out, landed in a toilet paper roll
and he didn't notice.
Didn't
but
notice.
he was putting on that there was
I'm saying
a 4-pound difference.
I'm guessing this is
I'm
buy
guessing
He's a
story.
great big fat person.
I'm not buying this story. I mean,
I'm like,
okay.
Now, a P320 is not a heavy gun, but I would imagine if I carried it around all the time, I would know what it weighed.
I might notice there's a hole in my holster where the gun should be. But that apart, if you found the gun in the toilet,
I also feel like you got to get more than $40 for it.
Well,
if you're going to sell a gun that you found.
And if you are only taking 40, don't take Cash App. Take cash. Just take that. The good rule of thumb: if you're dealing with stolen weapons,
don't
you
take
don't
Venmo.
want any kind of digital trail.
Right.
A man in London had been running a business. He was the sole contributor to this business, and it didn't make any money. But he still got $100 grand during the COVID pandemic for the small business grant fund. He may have lied about some things that he was doing and keeping his employees on, even though he didn't have employees.
Oh, one of those guys. All right.
Yeah. But now they've said you're not allowed to have a business anymore. We're not going to tolerate
They're going to
this
give him a place to
nonsense.
live too.
Here's the thing, like, how did it take? No, actually, no.
Oh.
It's England. I guess you got to do a lot of bad stuff to go to jail in England. But how do you go 4 years before you figure this out?
It was an accounting error.
Yeah. Like, are you guys really on top of this? Really on top of it? I don't know.
Apparently not.
And finally, a man in Maine was arrested. He was a burglar. I love saying that word. Burgle. Burgle. What a word. What a combination of letters. Burgle. That's funny. Back in July, he burgled a resident, and the resident said, man, a bunch of stuff got taken from my yard. And it included a 16-foot aluminum boat with a trailer. And then a couple months later, actually a month later, almost to the day, an officer took a complaint of a loose dog running around. While at the residence, the guy's like trying to wrangle up this loose dog, and he says, hey, that's a nice boat. I investigated that boat being stolen a month ago.
Well, a lot of boats look like that.
Well, it was enough to make this guy suspicious. So he compared photographs of the stolen boat with the boat that he was come across, and went back a couple days later with a warrant and determined, yep, it was the exact same boat. Yeah, he obtained a search warrant to search the residence and found all the other stolen items, as well as drugs, drug paraphernalia, and firearms. As a result, Joshua Akerson was arrested and charged with receiving stolen property. You think if you steal a boat, you'd keep it somewhere other than your front yard. That's just me. Like, if I stole a boat,
where would you put it?
I've got to have some sort of storage facility or somewhere, or I'm
planned. Yeah, a little bit.
Or I'm stealing the boat to flip it. I'd sell it on Cash App maybe for $40.
Again? No digital
okay,
trail.
all right, yeah, right. I'd sell it for cash for $40.
There you go.
But if you steal someone's boat, you can't keep it in your front yard.
Did he paint it? I mean,
You
did he even
also-
try to hide it?
No!
Oh, okay.
You also can't call the cops because there's a loose dog running around your stolen boat.
Didn't even change the numbers.
Nothing. This dude, criminals are way dumber. Like,
but what are the chances? The cop that you call out, it's like, hey, I recognize that boat.
Okay, what are the chances? What do you think?
Probably greater than if you hadn't called the cops.
What do you think the police force size of Caribou, Maine, Caribou PD in Maine? How many people you think are working for them, Rob?
You got Deputy Fife,
like 3 people max.
2. I say there's 2. Well, no, you're right. 3.
Somebody's got to have a day off.
Yeah,
you
there's
know?
a sheriff,
Yeah.
and then you got the day guy and the night guy. They got 3 employees.
Yeah.
That's just dumb. It's just dumb. You can't burgle in a town called Caribou, Maine, and then keep the boat in your front yard.
What kind of boat are we talking here?
A 16-foot aluminum Starcraft boat.
I want to look this up.
I mean, I'm guessing it's like a fishing boat, like
It's
a
like
small
a little John boat.
Yeah, 16-footer. Aluminum, probably a flat bottom.
Yeah, that's what it's.
Is it about what you'd expect?
Exactly what you'd expect.
Yeah,
it's got a point to a little wide. Got a couple benches.
What do you think?
This thing ain't worth more than a couple thousand. I've had a lot of people in Caribou have themselves a Starcraft aluminum boat.
Yeah, but the problem. How many?
I agree.
Let me look up Caribou, Maine population.
They're nice boats. Say.
You can get away with things when you live in San Antonio.
True.
This town has 7,400 people in
and
it.
Probably 4,000. No,
7,400 people. I mean, you're not hiding in that town.
And if you're stealing boats and have all that, you're probably pretty familiar with the police anyway.
Yeah.
You might already know who you are.
There's a 3% unemployment rate.
So everybody's got a job.
I'm sure that guy is in the unemployed category. They know about this guy.
He's a lobsterman. Yeah. He needed another boat to go lobster.
Give me a break. Congratulations to Shane Burke, by the way. He's the one the tickets to go see Justin Furstenfeld. I don't like that name, by the way. If you're a rock star, come up with a better name. Get a fake name.
John Cougar Mellencamp.
Yeah.
There we go.
It's like Robert Zimmerman wasn't going to work out, so he said, "I'm going to be Bob Dylan." Like that sounds way cooler, Bob Dylan, than Robert Zimmerman.
No, that's right. Sounds like a lawyer.
Who could be? You can't be a rock star if your name's Robert Zimmerman. Justin Furstenfeld. That ain't gonna work, man. If I were his agent, I'd be like,
"No, you can't do this."
Yeah,
Justin First, but it probably sounds too much like Durst.
Yeah, Fred Durst. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
how about Justin Feld?
Or Blue
Felder?
Monday.
Blue Monday or Blue October?
I'm sorry, Blue October. Blue Monday in October.
Yeah. Blue Monday
that's
is a no, that's a song, isn't
band.
it?
Is it a song or a band?
That's a song. New Order.
Yeah,
New Order Blue Monday. That's it.
Orgy redid that song.
Yeah, they did.
How does it feel to treat me like you do?
Is that Orgy that did that?
Yeah.
What was the record? That was for a soundtrack.
It was they had a record called Candy Ass.
Yeah. But I had a soundtrack that Orgy was on that one.
How does it feel? Tell me now, how does it feel? Do 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 do.
I think it's just another teen movie soundtrack.
What a tune! What a tune! What a pull!
Yeah, I did. Blue Monday.
Just another teen. What's it called?
Just another teen movie. Tainted Love redid Marilyn Manson.
Oh, so this is like a cover album.
Scott Weiland, but not tonight. 99 Red Balloons done by Goldfinger.
I like this record.
System of the Down did Metro. That's the OG one. Bizarre Love Triangle by Stabbing Westward. They did a bunch of remakes. Great record.
Crank it up here. Let's go.
There's a lot of guys of a certain age that hear this. Putting song New Order up at the Alamo Dome in the spring.
When did this song come out, you think, New Order?
This would be 80 and 91, 90, 91, 92, somewhere like, I think 90. I was in college.
It's funny. Orgy came out. That one came out in like late 90s, probably. And so it wasn't long after.
It was from Not Another.
And they're also not, the songs don't sound all that dissimilar, to be honest.
A little
They're
harder.
Yeah. Yeah. A little more coked up vibe. I'm guessing due to cocaine.
This is a Tainted Love by Marilyn Manson. Talk about a harder
well,
version.
that's heroin induced, I believe. Heroin induced is that one.
Devil
All
worship.
right, when we come back, the daily lines, and we're going to tell you, you're never going to believe, Rob, who's clinched a playoff spot. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1.
South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday afternoon at 3:25. The Cowboys start the regular season on the road in Cleveland, taking on the Browns.
I like this kind of party.
Pre-game starts at 2:30. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota.
How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Hey, football fans, Michael Vick here. I had an advantage. My legs were a weapon. 6,109 rushing yards, still unbeaten records. That's why I bet at BetUS.com. They offer American sports bettors an advantage. The industry's biggest bonus, a 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits. And get expert picks and predictions on their very own BetUS TV. Take advantage. Join me online at BetUS Sportsbook and Casino. BetUS, where the game begins.
Hi, this is Congressman Joaquin Castro. Here in Military City, USA, we're proud to stand by our veterans. Every year, my office is honored to help San Antonio veterans and military families with delayed benefits, claims, and service questions. Just know that if you need a hand, we're here for you. Call 210-348-8216 or visit castro.house.gov/help to learn more. Paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
Hi, I'm Chip with Diamond J Properties. Have you ever imagined owning a piece of Texas coastal waterfront property? Your dream can become a reality Saturday, September 14th at the grand opening of Texas's newest waterfront community off of Matagorda Bay. You can own land on a waterfront peninsula starting at $59.9. That's right, $59.9. This ag-exempt waterfront community has world-class fishing, panoramic views, a sparkling pool, private cabana, fishing pier, boat ramp, boat and RV storage, and much more. Plus, enjoy peace of mind with paved roads and underground utilities. Coastal waterfront property starting at $59.9. This one-day event, Saturday, September 14th, is by appointment only. Call 210-853-0389. Call now to schedule your VIP tour at 210-853-0389. That's 210-853-0389. Don't miss this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Call 210-853-0389.
How about them Cowboys? Jim Beam bringing fans together across Cowboys country. We rise as one in Texas in handed-down silver and blue jerseys. We come together for America's team every time they take the field. So let's share a round of Jim Beam highballs on game day in Cowboys country. 40% alcohol by volume. Copyright 2024 James B. Beam Distilling Company, Claremont, Kentucky. Drink smart.
I want to learn how to cook, but I keep ordering takeout.
Accomplishing goals is hard, but when your goal is to learn a new language, Babbel makes it easy. In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel will help you start having conversations in as little as 3 weeks. Words and phrases you'll actually use. So when someone asks, "How's your French going?" you can say,
Babbel facilite grandement l'apprentissage d'une nouvelle langue.
Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Football season is here. Hi, Jason Minix here from The Blitz. You want to have more fun watching football this year? Play the Pick'em game at Underdog Fantasy. Over 1 million fans got in the game last year by making picks on Underdog. You can join in and win up to 325 times your money just by choosing higher or lower on your favorite player stats. I know I made a lot of money last year playing at Underdog Fantasy on the Pick'em game. You too can as well. And it's easy to get signed up. Go to UnderdogFantasy.com or download their mobile app. Use my promo code STAR and Underdog will give you a highly discounted pick to use on your first Pick'em entry, plus a first-time deposit offer of up to $1,000 in bonus cash. Promo code STAR to claim your new customer offer of a gimme first pick and your deposit offer when you get signed up at UnderdogFantasy.com. Must be over 18, present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or go to ncpgambling.org.
Hormones can affect everything. Bad skin, bad hair, low energy, poor sleep,
brain fogginess, libido, and weight gain. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, and we take a functional approach to your hormone problems. Eating right and exercise will not be beneficial without optimal hormone function. This goes for men and women. We do state-of-the-art testing to get to the root of your hormone issues and help you get well and stay well. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health. We can help. 210-468-1891.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Our heaviest delay continues to be on the south side of town on 35 northbound from 1604 over to Benton City Road. We've got a major accident working, now a closure. So traffic is stopped from Kinney Road. Looks like they are diverting traffic onto the frontage road. So it's causing about a 15-minute delay. Now, if you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line so we can check it out. 210-785-2601. Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
The NFL lives right here. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
All right, boys. Thursday. That's tomorrow for those of you who are unfamiliar with the way
it feels like today's Tuesday.
The way our calendar works. You can kick off with the NFL season at the Roo Pub with the Blitz on Thursday. They'll be live from 2 to 6. Pre-game with the Blitz and Lager Up with Yingling. You can get an aluminum Yingling traditional lager 20-ounce cup that you can keep while supplies last. And to get ready for this year's football tailgate, at the end of the show, they're going to give away a Yingling Lager Igloo cooler valued at $175. That's the Blitz at the Roo Pub with Yingling from 2 to 6.
You need to see the cooler, man. It
281
is worth
Redland Road.
Being there just for the opportunity to meet Jason Minix. And then you might leave with the musk of Joe Reinagle all over you. But the real prize of the night will be the Yingling Igloo cooler.
Also, here to report that this Friday on San Antonio Sports Stars high school football game of the week, Churchill Chargers take on the Alamo Heights Mules. Pregame at 6:30. Kickoff set for 7. The high school football game of the week is energized by Hill Electric, Frostbank, and NCE General Contractors. Also brought to you in part by Southern Recipe Pork Rinds, Smoky Moe's Texas Barbecue, TSAOG Orthopedics, and the Texas Air National Guard. By the way, Southern Recipe Pork Rinds, the Hatch green chili flavor.
Oh, yeah.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'll eat the whole bag every time.
Oh, I didn't even know they existed until I went to Central Market during Hatch season.
Yeah.
Oh, they're good. They're so good. All right, let's take a look at the Daily Line.
Pull it up. Let's do this.
It's the Morning Huddle's look at the daily lines with AJ and Rob on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You covered, yeah!
Well, with 7 games left in the season, the Indiana Fever have clinched a playoff spot, Rob.
The Caitlin Clarks are headed to the playoffs.
7 of the final 8 spots have been secured. 7 of the 8 playoff spots. Now they've got to find a way to make sure that the Fever don't have to play the Liberty or the Aces in round 1, which means they've got to either be the 6 or 7 seed, because the 5 and the 8 seed right now look destined to play the Aces and the Liberty. They don't want that. But I think we can stop, handicapping to make sure that the Indiana Fever get into the playoffs, because they're officially in now. The Chicago Sky, that team of thugs, currently sitting in the 8th slot.
Oh, we need them in too.
It seems like that way.
What's our newest thug? What's her name?
Diamond
There
to
it is.
Shields.
Diamond to Shields.
Bully.
We need her in
She
there.
assaulted Caitlin. Assaulted.
Just wasn't even right.
I saw people on the internet. Imagine if a white girl did that to a black player. I was like, that'd never happen.
Yeah.
She'd get her ass beat. She tried something like that.
Delino DeShields is her dad. I had to check. He is. Sorry.
See, the Indiana needs to hire a goon.
They need a
Gonna
goon.
get bullied. I saw last night. The Aces were playing Oh, they were playing the Sky.
Yes.
The Sky
Asia.
have she seems to be a point guard, a white gal, who is not the shape you would expect a point guard to be in the WNBA. I want to know who she is. She's kind of, I don't want to say, she's just not.
She's healthy.
She's healthy. She's a healthy gal.
Yeah.
A healthy gal running the point guard. Not what I expected to see out there. That was surprising to me. I'm sure she's a thug too. She's probably gonna assault Caitlin next time they play. But yeah, that was a surprise to me. You see her, Rob? What do we got?
I'm trying to figure out who we're talking about. It might be. No.
I saw her bring up the ball a couple times. She's not thin. She's not thin, is all I'm gonna say. And I like girls of all shapes and sizes. I think it's just, it's not what I expect. Oh, here it is.
Is it Lindsay Allen?
You're just describing her. That's
I don't think this is her though. This is a different gal. No, I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. I'll figure it out.
Rachel Banham?
It could be. I don't know. It's so I clicked on the team leader and assist thinking that's who it would be. But that girl's since been traded. Marina Mabry, she's the one that got traded to a good team. So it's not her. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But I digress. Let's take the Fever are in action tonight. The Fever take on the Sparks. They're 11-point favorites.
And rightfully so.
But are you laying it?
Yeah.
With a Fever team that's already secured a playoff spot? You don't think they take the foot off the pedal here?
Sparks are terrible.
They are terrible. They are dreadful. But remember, the Sparks beat the Aces a couple days ago.
Look what happened to the Aces.
That's true.
Woke them up.
Yeah, Aces are pissed now. But that's the only game in the Lady Basketball Association tonight. Major League Baseball got a full slate. Christopher Sanchez goes for the Phillies at the Blue Jays. Bowden Francis for the Blue Jays. This is a day game. The Phillies minus 130 on the road. Jonathan Cannon goes for the White Sox. The Orioles send Albert Suarez to the mound. The Orioles, a very, very, very tight minus 355 favorite. So they're expected to eke this out. The Chicago White Sox have now lost 12 in a row. I remember when I first moved here, Rob, I was like, I had a bet still going in Vegas and I was sweating out over longest losing streak. They've cashed it, I think, 3 or 4 times.
You could have cashed it 3 times. You should be able to bring that back. Like I did again.
Like a what do they call that? Points bet, where like if you take a -7 favorite and they win by 30, you get paid extra.
You should, man.
Awesome.
Just keep showing up next time they win 12 or lose 12 in a row.
Take the ticket back. Hey, man, this hit again. You guys were idiots for putting this on the board. As the White Sox remain the only American League team that is eliminated from playoff contention, now with 109 losses. 109. To put that into perspective, the next worst team in the American League has 81 losses.
If you're going to do it well.
I mean, it is unbelievable.
Star in your role.
2 teams eliminated in the National League, the Marlins and the Rockies. By the way, Patrick Corbin won yesterday on Patrick Corbin Day.
We've got a trend going on now.
The Nationals are 7-0 this season against the Marlins. So that's something to consider, I think, going forward as well. And
what? Say that again.
The
Marlins have lost 7 games to the Nationals this year.
The Marlins are winless against the Washington Nationals.
Are you like the homecoming team now? If you're losing to the Nationals 7 times, that's worse than White Sox.
Here you go. Man. Mackenzie Gore for the Nationals minus 135 at the Marlins. Do we go with it? Do we ride the Lightning?
I tell you what, it's hard not. No, this is the other side of this.
This is the bounce back.
This is the GARP thing. It's time for it to go the other way.
Valente Beloso goes for the Marlins. Spencer Arrighetti, we back on the mound. Hey, we gotta make us some money for the Astros. Hey, they're at Cincinnati. You put the chili on the spaghetti. What do you mean? There's chili on the spaghetti.
Starline chili.
Skyline
chili. Gross.
On the spaghetti, what about the gravy? You put the gravy on the spaghetti,
Gravy,
not the
pasta.
chili. Arrighetti and the Astros against Nick Martinez and the Reds.
Arrighetti's turned himself into a pitcher.
Not bad.
I mean,
Astros
a lot of
minus
respect for what
140.
he's done this year.
Stros minus 140. Ronnie Henriquez goes for the Twins. They're at Tampa with Cole Sulser on the mound. That's a made-up person. But that made-up person is a pick'em against the Minnesota Twins. The Boston Red Sox and Tanner Houck against Tyler McGill. Another pick'em game there with the Mets. Bradley Blaylock, made-up person, pitching for the Colorado Rockies today. They're at the Braves, who are throwing Charlie effing Morton.
Come on, Charlie.
Minus 285. Big favorite there. Sonny Gray and the Cardinals are at Milwaukee. Colin Ray and the Brew Crew, minus 120 favorites. The Guardians send Ben Lively to the hill against Seth Lugo and the Royals. Royals favored, minus 135. Domingo Germán.
See, this could have been so great today. We could have, within the last 24 hours, had the opportunity to have Shota
That's
and
right.
Skeens pitching against each other, and we
what
were
a
just
matchup.
24 hours off.
Skeens was scared. He said, "Hey, I'll throw a day early. I don't want any part of Shota."
I told you to go first five on this. We told you to go Pittsburgh first five. And look what happened?
Do you like Shota first five today?
I saw him throwing dimes the other night. Shota's pitching, baby. I like the way he's throwing. I like the Cubs.
Cubs minus 195. I lost on the stupid Yankees yesterday. The Rangers hit a walk-off homer to beat me. The Yankees closer stinks. I might have to go first five with the Yankees.
What's his name? Clayton Cole?
Yeah,
Carl?
something like that. He sucks. That's all I know. Marcus Stroman goes for the Yankees. Nate Eovaldi goes for the Rangers. That's a pick 'em.
I like Eovaldi on this one.
Bobby Miller going for the Dodgers. Oh, pardon my hiccups. Dodgers minus 200 at the Angels. Griffin Canning for the Angels.
Mookie's back. Look out.
Yep. Kiter Montero.
I like that name.
Do you?
Kiter?
Yeah, it might be Keeter. I don't know. Keeter, Kiter, same thing. I think it's Kiter because Montero's his last name. Keeter sounds like that'd be like a hillbilly name. Keeter Johnson. Keeter Brown. Yu Darvish goes for the Padres.
Yu Darvish.
I'm not going to assume his nationality based on his name because I don't know what it could be. Minus 205 are the Padres.
He tips his pitches.
That's what they say. Only in the playoffs, I think he does that.
Against the Stros.
Yeah. The Mariners send George Kirby to the hill. Minus 140 at the Oakland A's. JP Sears for the A's. I'm going to be on Mr. Kirby and the Mariners, minus 140. Zach Gallen goes against San Francisco. Hayden Birdsong pitching for the Giants. Diamondbacks, minus 140. On the fights last night, a 9-1 dog cashed and a 4-1 dog cashed in the main event.
Brutal overhead, right?
Oh, nasty. We'll be back tomorrow.
Hey, tune in tomorrow.
First day of football.
Very special morning huddle.
That's right. See you then.
This is Jim Rome. Have a take, don't suck on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. KTFM